Yeah, got there. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Off Topic episode this number.
Number 712.
I just want to let you guys know that this podcast is brought to you by Disenchantment, Hymns, and Dollar Shave Club. It's not
Almost.
that. What is it? Someone yell it.
1207.
They nailed it. So, on this episode, I'm Jeremy. We're joined by Jeff Ramsey, Gavin Free, Chad James coming in, and Trevor Collins.
Chad!
How's it going?
We got Chad.
We picked him up on the street.
Hey,
Chad.
Jeremy, before we get into it, I want to take a second to do something.
Go for it.
I'm gonna get serious a bit. There's an employee at Rooster Teeth who I think is kind of an unsung hero.
Okay.
And I want to dedicate this podcast to that employee, and I want to thank that employee for being probably the hardest working person in Rooster Teeth who gets literally no credit. Been here forever, and I just think we should all say thank you to Eric Bardor, the greatest producer in the history of Rooster Teeth.
What's his last name? Barndor.
Eric Bardor.
Bardor.
Eric, you want to come out and take a bow?
Come take a bow, Eric.
Yeah, come here.
Yeah, come on out and take a bow. Come on out and take a bow, Eric. We're not going to go to you.
Come here. Look at him. Look at him in the room already. They got
He looks so excited about this opportunity.
All right, thank you.
I thought it was the door.
Look at him.
Yeah, it's good to see you. I can't thank you enough.
Look at him. What
How's
a
it going,
guy.
big dog?
What a guy.
Congratulations, big dog.
That's the heart of Rooster Teeth Productions right there.
Thanks for everything you do.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, break out the flamethrower.
Anyway.
I wouldn't be
He
here.
fucking regrets working here.
He
You live next to a beach. Mega 64. Mega, I've been there. They work 18 minutes a day. They show up at 4:15 and then they leave at like 4:32.
Did you find
They just
another
show up
group
for
that
420 is what you're saying.
there's actually another group that you guys can hate on their work schedule?
Yeah.
Sorry, all of broadcast.
What are you trying to say, Chad? What are you trying to say?
I mean, I don't know. I was at work till 2 a.m. last night. How did you stay?
at work. I left
When
at what, 8?
You left at 8 or 9 p.m.
Yeah, I think 8.
Well,
yeah.
Jack was still plugging away.
Yeah, you guys are still going. I got home, washed ash.
Dude,
out
I
of
had
my
to
face.
wash so much off my face.
Yeah, you get it bad. So we've been filming a lot of Achievement Haunter stuff. Not just like the haunts, actually, like staying overnight looking for ghosts.
Yeah, Achievement Haunter is a 3-pronged production.
Yes.
We film first, ideally, we film what we call the clubhouse scene.
Correct. Yeah.
Which hasn't come out yet, so y'all don't know what that is.
Mhm.
I think maybe we filmed some
showed
teaser
a photo
images.
of it.
Yeah, but it's where
Once,
like
yeah.
the storyteller for that episode tells the story. We all do our like off script riffs, whatever, and then from that, Daniel and his team take that recording session and they build this what we call story time out of it, which is the drunk history portion.
Right. It's like $1 Million but in appearance.
Kind
Like,
of.
you know,
If you
us,
saw the trailer-
us saying things like,
Or the
you know, in other
pilot, you
people's
saw
voices.
that.
You're
Yeah.
enacting and animating the story time you just told.
Yeah.
Correct.
Basically.
And sometimes that happens before or after the haunt. In the case of what we did last night, it happened after the haunt. So it's like 3 different productions all in one. It's fucking a lot of work.
Every
Yeah,
time I
we
show
were
up to the
continuing.
shoot, Jeff is covered in shit. Like every time they just like totally just throw shit all over him, like dirt and
Can
paint.
we film
and-
season 2 when it's winter?
Ugh.
When it's a bit cooler.
Well, yeah,
It's a bit cooler here, but it's like frozen most elsewhere.
Yeah,
In
I mean,
the
it's gonna
upper
be-
United States. You really want to be?
I mean, it
frozen?
depends on where we are.
We're gonna.
You can just put on more
I don't
layers,
even announce
man.
locations.
Which
but
extreme do you tolerate the best? Hot,
Heat.
too hot, or
Too
too
hot,
cold?
too hot.
I'd
You can
rather-
layer up though.
I don't know.
Yeah.
See, I'm kind of on your side on that
Yeah.
one. I'd
Because
rather
you
be
grew up in
too
the
cold
cold.
because I can keep
I
putting stuff
can't
on.
get more naked
Yeah.
right
when it's too hot.
I can't pull off
There's
my
public
skin.
indecency at a certain point,
Yeah.
right? And just not it's
air
just not
conditioning
allowed.
cools you down faster than heat warms you up.
Wait, what feels more relieving then? I've never thought of
Yeah,
that.
if I walk in, if it's like 100 degrees outside, and I
Yeah.
walk into a house that's like got air conditioning,
and you're
on,
like,
I'm
oh,
good
that feels
immediately.
good.
If I'm fucking freezing and it's like 2 degrees outside, or like in Iceland, and I walk
Yeah.
into a warm room, I'm like,
You got cold bones? Keep the chill in you?
Cold bones.
Nah,
you
you
gotta
keep the
do
chill
it.
deep in you.
Stand by a fire. Well, it's pretty quick.
That's true.
Not everybody can afford to have fires everywhere they stand.
If you're an arson, you can.
If you're Michael Jones and you have a
I'm cold.
flamethrower, you can. Yeah.
And not if you're wet, then it takes forever. Dude, we went to April and I went to San Francisco and we're just kind of checking everything out. So of course we got to do Alcatraz, right? And we of course picked the one day that's just like fucking miserable. Like it's raining.
Oh,
There's
God.
just mist and fog everywhere.
And that's a
right?
drab island to begin with. It's like extra drab.
And so first they have you go to Angel Island, which is like the national like park thing, and you learn to like because it used to basically be like the Ellis Island, but for the West Coast, right? And so it was hilarious because we're on this tour and it's got this little audio thing playing, and every time it would stop, it would go, on a clear day, you can see, and it's just, we're just looking at different
On any day,
forms
not
of
today.
fog.
On
exactly.
the one clear day in 1984.
It is pouring rain, and it's got a cover, but it's got these like really shitty like tarp things that they pulled down on the side. And then like the guy goes around, and I'm in the worst spot because the tarp thing goes, and then there's the second one, and I'm right in the middle where there's a gap like that big. And when the dude comes to let us out to go like check something out, he lifts it, and then one side goes up first, and it just pours onto me, right? So I'm just getting drenched, and it's cold, and then we go do Alcatraz. And like it takes forever. We miss our boat back, so we have to wait on the next one. What was supposed to be like a 3-hour excursion, I think it was like 7 hours for us, right? And I was cold and wet the whole fucking time. I learned the difference between a waterproof and water resistant jacket.
Yes, there's a huge difference.
Real quick.
And you're a pretty jolly dude. Did you get pissed off? Were you crabby?
Dude,
Or
I
did
was
you
just
stay
like,
jolly?
we were supposed to do something else later, and I just looked at her. I was just like, "Can we just go to the hotel?" She's like, "We were both done with the day." We went in, took a hot shower, and then I was just dry. She's like, "Do you want to go get dinner?" I'm like, "I don't want to move." She's like, "You know what? I don't want to either." And we just
Room
went to
service.
bed.
I don't think I've ever seen Bad Mood Chad. That'd be interesting.
Bad mood
Bad
Chad.
mood chat, bad chat.
San Francisco, I've been there twice, and both times it was for a weekend. The first time it was on a day similar to that, where it was just misting. Jeff, I think you were there. It was like January.
It was like January.
Yeah.
wasn't it?
So I don't know what traditional like January winter time is for San Francisco, but it was misting and wet and like just dim the whole time. That would be Bad Mood Chad Central. And the next time I went was for Kind of Funny Prom in the summer, expecting a little bit different,
Nah.
but no, it's just like chilly. It's like fall. It's like permanent.
Well, 'cause the
What's
weather never, like, changes.
Midwestern
What's
fall.
the old adage is the coldest winter I ever spent was summer in San Francisco, right? That's what they
Never
say.
heard that, but
You've never heard that? Yeah.
go
it's
on.
It's like that what you described,
Yeah.
like pissy, cold,
Yeah.
uncomfortable, like what
Yeah.
Chad experienced. 365 days a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
And
imagine.
somehow Greg Miller's still smiling.
He brings all the
Don't know
sunshine
how
to
he
that
does
city.
it. Yeah.
You talk about Alcatraz. We didn't go out there, but we did walk along the waterfront, that kind of the beach, if you will. There's sand in the water, so
Yeah.
the beach.
Fisherman's Wharf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're walking along there, and I'm like, at a certain point, I'm like, this is almost the worst. I'm happy to be outside, and I'm happy to be
He's got that
walking.
scale. He's like,
and
I
all
know
that,
where this falls on
but
that.
like at a certain point, you're like, there's nowhere to get an Uber, and I'm a mile or two from one way and a mile or two to the next way, and there's none of those like fancy Austin scooters because it's all sand and stuff. So I'm like, you're trapped. You're trapped in this wind that's just kicking off the water, slapping you in the face with sand and mist, and you're just kind of chilly, and it's dim outside. I'm like, what is this?
Dude, there's something about like being hit in the face with water that sucks.
Oh yeah.
Like when I was on a boat, Kat and I like going to the when we went to the Great Barrier Reef, we were on our way back because it was like a 2.5 hour boat ride out to the reef. And we're like sitting on the boat, and we decided we're like gonna go sit on the back deck because inside we had just done the dive, so everyone was either sleeping or vomiting because like the water was insanely rough, and so a lot of people weren't prepared for that, and we're just like we kept having this like older guy come sit next to us. He's like, "Guys, I don't know about you, but that was some of the coolest reef I've ever." Like, oh my god,
Just
it was
chum the
like,
waters.
so guttural. But like eventually we were just sitting in the back, but because the waves are so huge, it kept hitting them, and the water would come up over the sides and then hit us on both sides of our face.
Just claps you across the face. Just
Was it cold though?
It was pretty cold water.
That's
and, like,
another
outside. It was nice because it was like summer.
You get like that
It was
thing.
the summer there, but it's the
Yeah.
rainy season.
You
they
get like
call
the
it.
diver's response, don't you? If you get hit in the face with cold water, like your heart slows down. It's like something chemical happens to your body if you
I've
throw.
gone diving like
what's diver's
3
response?
times.
I mean, like literally, like if I
Diver's
splashed
response.
you in the face with a cup of water,
Let's
you'd-
just assume he's right. And
We can
move on.
test-
no, but I mean, like if you've been swimming for a while and it happens, or if I splash you in the face
Yeah, I
with
think it's
that
like
water
the sun
right
just
now.
like boof, right in your face, your heart would slow down.
I mean,
think it would
my heart
speed
would
up.
speed up and I'd slap you in the mouth.
yeah.
All right, someone get a heart monitor. We'll throw
Okay.
water
And a
at
cup of
someone.
water.
Yeah.
See, that's
Eric,
another.
Eric.
We have heart monitors.
That's
don't we?
another. Yeah, just grab a heart monitor.
Eric's like,
That's another reason why hot weather's better than cold weather. If you're hot and wet, totally different experience than cold and wet. Cold and wet, you'll die.
do we have
Hot and
a
wet, you're like, oh, it's a bit of a break.
Well, his smartwatch will have it.
yeah, I was gonna say. You
Yeah,
use
but the thing is, when you're hot and wet, it's usually because you're sweating, and that's always.
Or if it like
and then you
rains
chafe,
on you like you're at the beach and it rains on you, you're like, oh, it's fucking raining. Whatever. If you're cold and it's raining on you, you're like, I'm gonna die in the spot if I don't get to shelter.
7 hours.
Yeah, maybe it's just the Northeast.
I think it's just because you're from the north. You're
Diving
from
reflex.
Indiana's one of the coldest places I've ever been.
Indiana surprisingly
all right, I'm
swings
reading.
so hard both ways.
When I went to journalism school there. The winter we were there, it was a place called Fort Benjamin Harrison.
Yes!
It's no longer there, but I was there.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah, so I was there for like a year, and yeah, that winter it got to like -30.
Yeah.
And like we had like 4 people get frostbite going to breakfast one
The
day.
last winter I spent there before moving here, well, I guess was like several months beforehand. I was approaching the next winter. Doesn't matter. It got to like -30. It was that blizzard year. I think you were still in Massachusetts as well for that winter, because then you moved here in like August or something.
Yeah, I moved here in August.
So that was 2014. Like going into the year 2014, that winter sucked.
Yeah.
But then like the summers
Yeah,
can
that
get
was a
as
bad
hot as here in Austin.
Mhm.
There would be a time where like one time earlier this summer, it was hotter back home than it was here.
Oh, look,
And I was
he's enabling us.
amazed.
Right, you do need the
We need the heart
heart
monitor.
thing though. Otherwise, there's no
I'll
point.
have it this.
All right, I'll say, everyone shut the fuck up and
this
I'll,
is warm
and I'll do
water.
this.
No, I'll do this.
Here's the thing. This
No.
is warm water,
yeah.
and this is cold water. So
Okay.
you have kind of like a control.
Control here? Yeah, great.
Oh,
All
we've
right.
got a
We're
scale.
missing the scientific part.
No, I got it. Go.
What? Go what? Hey! All right, that's hot
Oh,
water.
that's right. That's actually
It's
hard.
hard. Heart rate's raising.
Wait,
It's
it's
raising.
science, Eric.
It's raising.
Eric, ow!
He also put down boiling water. Look at this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, his heart is.
Is that from the
His heart's
coffee
beating
maker?
like.
Oh, it's not hot.
Yeah, it's
pretty
hot.
hot.
You
Crazy.
burned my finger!
I'm not gonna throw that in Gavin's face.
Give it time.
It's like attacking him with acid.
Dunk your finger in
You
that, Eric.
monster.
He needs a diver's response. Throw water on him. His heart's gonna pop any second now.
Very hot water was
Throw
like
it on him.
throwing-
He needs it. Don't let him see it.
All right, Gav.
All right, here.
Are you ready?
We're not measuring it. We're not measuring it.
Hey, listen, if we hit you with these, at the same time, it'll be like
too cold.
It'll be like a Harvey Dent situation. I'll just
Trevor, go. Trevor, go. Are you ready? You gotta go. Yeah. He feels slow.
Is it slower?
Something got in my mouth!
You've calmed him down.
It went in my damn nose, Trevor.
I'm sorry. Most of your face is nose, but some of it went in my mouth. Like
Yeah,
I
thanks
have
for
space
punch,
water
Eric.
on my mouth.
Thanks for the goddamn punch.
So it did slow down, Jeff? That was the verdict?
Yeah, no, he's
I've never thrown a drink
All right.
at someone. Can I have some cloth?
Diver's response is real. Gavin, congratulations, you proved.
Did you get up your
You got a
nose?
shot.
Yeah, it was like being 7 and jumping in a swimming pool.
It was like a
Dude, I wanted
Which
to
if
hit
you
him
did
with
in the
this
cold,
right
you
after
would
it.
die.
we just upright waterboard.
You know what? That's like the second podcast in a week where someone chucked water on me.
I can't,
That
I
was,
can't
like,
in all
voluntary.
good
You
consciousness
asked
hit
for it.
Gavin
You
with
asked for
this. I was going to, but
That was really
I can't do it. Especially after the cold water, that would feel awful.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I take that
It's
away.
too tempting.
Seriously, did you get that from the coffee maker?
No,
I cooled it down. It's fine.
He said no, but I cooled it down. It's fine. I don't know what to believe.
Jeff got a lot of that.
I
Yep, you got some secondary divers reaction on you.
And I feel fine.
What's more
Gavin's shirt's surprisingly dry, bro.
Jeff, while you're standing over
Bounced off
there,
my face.
while you're standing over there, I just want to admire how color coordinated Jeff is today. If you could back up a little bit, we could see your whole
Because I have
ensemble.
blue jeans
Because
and a blue
you got
shirt.
like 2 colors.
Yeah,
and it looks
and the
you're
shoes
looking
match
good.
perfectly the rest
You're
of the
like-
outfit.
It wasn't on purpose.
I feel like you only wear black and white now.
It's become more of a thing, and it's easy for me. Yeah, it's clean.
There you go.
Clean.
Your hair's
Well-
black, your skin's white, your shirt's white.
Man, take that, Beekman, and what's the other dude that we did that show with?
Bill Nye?
Yeah, that's him.
Beekman.
I'm just more impressed that like Gavin's hair didn't get messed up at all. Like you nailed him. It's just right there.
He got a cut recently. Now it's,
True.
you know.
He got his
I bet Jeremy's hair
semi-annual
wouldn't get
cut.
messed up either.
Like, how did I get wetter than Gavin?
That's true.
There was like,
got
if
soaked.
there was some slow mo on that, there was some like good.
Well, what
just
happened is
cascading
because,
off to
because
the
of
side.
the nose, you got it funneled perfectly in both directions.
It's
away
like
from
it's like the Phantom
True.
Wedge in GTA. Like, you hit a car, it just
It's
goes.
like one of those Pantene commercials with the slow mo water, but it all just scooped back out of the eye sockets.
That might be a
just
good
aerodynamics.
slow mo. Is just get a hose and see the dispersion that my
on your
face
nose
causes.
versus not Gavin, Dan, the other one.
Yeah.
Does that mean
otherwise.
you're faster than most people?
cut through the air?
Yeah.
Maybe faster at swimming or being
He's
towed by
got
a
more
boat.
skin drag though.
He does have a lot of skin drag.
Yeah,
Because I got more.
It's also because his
because
ball,
more surface area because of the nose.
It's also because his testicles are stapled to his leg.
Well,
it
just
probably
one, but-
reduces, I would imagine, resistance as well, right?
What do you
Well,
guys
absolutely
do over
scientific. There,
We
that
didn't
was
staple
something
him.
we
I didn't
studied.
staple his balls to his leg. He did.
It's not to my leg. It's to my inner sack.
What state did Steve-O do that in where he was like banned from performing? Or what city or whatever?
Wait,
Who
I
was
don't
banned
know.
from performing?
Steve-O did that at a performance somewhere.
He
stapled his balls?
sack to his
Yeah,
leg?
yeah. And he was like banned from performing either in
Oh,
that
man.
city or that state or county or whatever.
Speaking of Steve-O, lovely guy. Have you hung out with him ever again since?
No, I went to his house to film with him, but that was the last time I saw him.
Okay. That dude, that YouTube kid, Zach Holmes, has a show on MTV now.
Yeah.
Called Too
Does he
Stupid
really?
to Die.
Yeah.
And I feel like Steve-O's become like his de facto mentor.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I found out because of Steve-O. We
Yeah,
watched
same.
that compilation.
Yeah.
He's big on like fluorescent tubes and cactuses and
He does
He's
this thing
like
called the
awesome.
electric kiss, where he stuns his tongue.
Yeah. He takes 2 tasers and he goes, this is the whatever, and he goes, and immediately like his whole body is out
Oh
of
yeah,
frame.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Down.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Don't do any of what he does.
Let's
he
look
has,
on TV.
he has a show.
Yeah, it's
Have you
coming
seen
out.
it?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
Oh god, we should see it. We
God,
should
can
watch
I
it
admit
together.
something to you guys? That I did
Admit it,
terrible
please.
the other night.
Oh,
Did you smash your penis
Millie's,
in the...
no, I didn't
Jeff
smash my
story
dick.
upcoming.
No, that's not terrible. Well, Millie's with her mom right now,
Okay.
and the season premiere of Ridiculousness was the other night.
Uh-huh.
I fucking watched it without her.
Oh my god.
yeah,
Jeff.
I don't know what I'm gonna.
I don't know what came over me. I was gonna say.
I think I'm gonna lie and pretend like I didn't see it.
Well,
She definitely
she doesn't
doesn't
watch
watch
it.
it, so...
No, she doesn't watch. She's not gonna watch this because Steven Suptic or Lannon aren't on it.
Yes.
So
Correct.
there's
But-
no chance.
Well, you just
yeah,
name
but they're
drop
gonna
both of them.
tweet her. Like you've got people.
don't
betraying-
tweet her.
You know they
No, now
You
already
guys are
betrayed you.
first members. Be
Chad,
cool,
you
man.
put it in their minds.
Be cool. Don't tweet her. I'll watch it with her tonight. And you
have
tweet her
to watch it
tomorrow.
As he walks
I'm still gonna
home
watch
and
it
sits
again
on
with
his
her.
couch.
I was just. You don't know what it's like to be divorced and lonely in an apartment. Like,
Yeah, that's right. Stack on the sympathy so they won't do it.
And knowing ridiculousness is new and
I needed
right
Steve
there.
over him.
What was that gushy couch noise you just made, Jeremy? Is that where he sits? I like
Well,
to
'cause
imagine
this-
now
this couch made of putty?
this perfectly clean, modern, so partly sparse apartment, and then like everything seems untouched. Maybe a little layer of dust, except for one spot on the couch where the leather or whatever fabric you have just suddenly gets ripply because that's where you sit. That's
it,
the
that's the
Jeff
spot.
dent in the couch.
Do you
Nothing else gets touched.
Do you enjoy having less shit around though? Like less furniture, less stuff
Less
to worry
everything.
about? Yeah.
I prefer
I
that in
feel like
general.
It takes
I
me.
would like to go back to that.
It's nice.
I've become, and this is not an indictment on anybody in particular,
Catherine,
but I have become a neat
drink that.
freak.
Yeah.
I think just over time, mostly because I lived with an artist for 13 years, and so every 5 feet is like
It's
a
working.
cool half-finished art project, which is awesome, but chaotic. And so now that I live in my own space, it takes like 1 second to clean it, and Roomba does most of it, and the other one, the Roomba that mops, does the rest of it.
There's a mop Roomba?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Roomba
It's an
that
amazing
mops.
feeling knowing that you're just kicking on your Roomba, or I have a Eufy,
Yeah.
can like get 90% of your cleaning
Yeah,
out of the way.
yeah.
It can't get the upper surfaces and all that. But like, it's so cathartic because like I can get pretty anxious if I have just trash or dirty clothes lying everywhere. And when you don't have a lot, you
Yeah.
just have a pretty.
I feel like I
sparse-
can barely. Like, if I have
It's
to
nice.
start an edit and my office has got mess on it, I'm just like, I can't.
My
start. I
office
gotta
is
clean
where
it
my
first.
mess is.
Yeah.
Have I talked about my vacuum cleaner girlfriend yet?
Hold on.
What?
What?
Is it- So what do you have in the vacuum suck on?
Yeah, I was gonna,
I didn't
was gonna
realize
say,
it, but
Rex is talented.
I've learned recently because now that I sleep alone, I make my own bed.
This is
Obviously, not that I didn't make my own bed before, but I sleep alone. I sleep like I'm planking, like this or like this. And when I wake up in the morning,
Like a vampire.
Like-
One time he's like, no, that's real. I do this.
Yeah, I do.
sleep like
I do.
this.
I sleep like-
Yeah.
He's like-
And he
I
wakes-
sleep like Dracula or like I'm planking, you know, like this. And at some point in the night, I'll be like, eh.
So when I flip sides and get restless, you just
Yeah. Or sometimes I might
Oh,
go
that's
like.
way more
Sometimes I might go like. Sometimes I might go like. You know. But anyway, so
Why
when
are
I
we
wake up in the
focusing
morning,
on this?
It's like the
What's with
hot
the
dogs
vacuum
at the
cleaner?
gas
I'm getting there. I'm
station.
getting there, Chad. So when I wake up in the morning, to make my bed, I get up out of bed and I just go, like, because 75% of the bed doesn't get used.
yeah.
I sleep at the very edge,
You don't move at all in the
and I
night?
don't move at all in the night at all.
Here's what
I don't
it is.
move. I'm 100% stationary. So when I get out, like, I just have to flip a corner over, and the bed it looks
Yep.
brand new. So a couple weeks ago, somebody sent us, I think it's an audience member, a community member, sent us a Dyson vacuum cleaner to clean up the office.
The chicken vac.
And you
Yeah,
took
the
it
chicken
home.
vac. No, but it worked so well, I bought one. Because Roomba does a lot, but Roomba and this rug I have don't get along, and Roomba will get stuck on the rug and then just rip holes in the rug.
Okay.
And then there'll just be like a spot where there used to be rug and now there's not. So I have to keep Roomba away from that rug. So I bought that Dyson.
This whole
Did you
apartment
put up
just
a barrier?
But the barrier sometimes doesn't work. The little Dyson barriers, they don't always work.
This floor's just got patches missing.
Or not Dyson, sorry,
all
the
over
Roomba
the
barriers
place.
don't always work. So anyway, I get this Dyson, the stand-up one, and because I don't have a lot of surface space, and I have this big kitchen counter. Kevin, you're the only person that's been to my apartment or condo, but that big island I have is covered in a 3,000-piece puzzle right now, and has been since June.
How does the Roomba feel about that?
Damn close to finishing it. I'll finish it tonight, actually. And so I have no surfaces to build the vacuum cleaner, so I built it on my bed, just on the other side of my bed, and I had to be plugged in, so I just plugged it in to charge it, and then I just didn't need it, and I forgot about it, and one day, after about 3 weeks, I realized I've been sleeping next to a vertical vacuum cleaner just laying next to me on the bed.
You're like this, the vacuum cleaner's like this.
And I never rolled over into it or touched it or any point. I forgot it was there. And then one day I needed to vacuum, and I'm like, where is that? Oh, I've been
So
sleeping
you
next to
weren't
it
waking up in the
every
morning,
night.
Yeah.
seeing the vacuum and going like, hey, you.
Yeah. You need to
talk.
vacuum inside. I'll go see if she's up.
Hey, Dyson.
We don't
Hey,
ever
Dyson.
talk. But then I felt weird, and then I thought, somebody's going to think I'm fucking a vacuum cleaner, so I moved her into a closet just so.
They're the worst
Hold on.
things.
Your goal is to not think that, but you started this with, have I told you about my vacuum cleaner girlfriend?
Yeah, it makes for a better story.
Like anyone could walk in and think that you're just like playing around, trying to like, oh, he's just being like that vacuum cleaner. He's totally awake.
No.
Wait, what?
Just start straight, right? Like the vacuum cleaner's out right, and
Yeah, the vacuum
cleaner,
cleaner's straight, and I'm straight. We're just laying next to each other.
Like
No touching.
2 pencils in a bed.
No touching.
They're just
Just completely platonic.
The first time you
You're
woke
both
up
straight.
the
It's
first
just-
time you woke
it's a
up next-
female vacuum cleaner.
Yeah,
I don't know. But
they just lie next to each other. That's it.
So the
So you
first time
take
you
a
woke up next
Dyson.
to that. Oh, fuck.
I don't even know that I'm straight.
I'm just leaving the joke. I'm gonna leave the fucking joke.
Sorry, Trevor.
Above or below the covers of the vacuum?
It was above.
Okay.
I was below.
He wasn't keeping it warm. That would just hurt if you fucked the vacuum.
I mean, I
yeah.
feel like a Dyson would suck your dick right off.
Here's where I
Pull it
thought he
off.
was going with it. I'm building a vacuum cleaner and it needs to be plugged in. Of course I'm naked because I'm the only person in my apartment. So it kicks on right when I finish it and sucked my penis right in. So
It just
I
got it.
discovered something about my girlfriend that day.
It would be interesting
doesn't
to
stop.
turn it on, have the hole, like, without any attachment on, and just edge your penis, I don't know why it's like that, edge it in, and see at what point does air start sort of like affecting the tip, and if you can actually have it like a windsock.
Like a windsock, yeah.
Because at some
it would
point,
hurt.
until you get a seal, it'll be like,
Yeah, but then imagine if it just got that seal. It was just like,
That's the thrill. Yeah, that's the thrill.
Somebody, this may be a meme I'm not aware of, but somebody just tweeted or messaged in the chat, still a better love story than Twilight.
Shop in the vacuum. God damn. You know what else is a great story, though? Hey, this episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Disenchantment. In Disenchantment, viewers will be whisked away to a crumbling medieval fantasy kingdom called Dreamland. They'll follow the misadventures of hard-drinking young Princess Bean, her feisty elf companion, Elfo, and her personal demon, Lucy. Those are the first 3 main characters. There's a lot of characters in it, but, you know, those are the focuses. You can watch Disenchantment streaming now only on Netflix. Disenchantment is created by Matt Groening, who's the creator of The Simpsons and Futurama. You'll know the artwork right away when you see the characters, but that means you know that this show is going to be great. It's his first new show in nearly 20 years, offering endless characters, stories, and laughs from the king of animation. This new Netflix series is about life and death, good and evil, and what it means to be truly happy in a world full of suffering and idiots. And I know exactly what that is like. It's also about how to find your own path in life despite what the elders and wizards and other jerks tell you. It almost sounds like something Bender would say. Also, it's from Futurama. The first 10 episodes are the first 10 episodes of the new series are out now on Netflix. Don't miss it. Check out Disenchantment on Netflix now. It's awesome. It's funny. It's from a name you can trust. So go check it out.
I have seen it.
Yep.
I have seen it. It's good. It's longer than an average. It feels longer in a good way.
I really need to watch
And
it.
yeah, I've seen like the first 3 episodes. And it's more plot driven than The Simpsons or Futurama. So they take more time developing and introducing characters and stuff. Like I feel like at the end of episode 2, they were still like introducing main characters to each other and stuff, but very, very funny. It's like Matt Groening's take on fantasy and Game of Thrones and D&D. It's really
Cool.
it's
Nice.
cute.
Which is good, because I still get, like, Futurama withdrawals.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
That's all I used to watch. And then they...
When did it end?
Well, the show
which-
itself...
which
and then they
time,
brought
yeah.
it back.
Well, when did the most recent one end?
Was it like
that was the one where they were going
2006
through,
or something? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
but they got stuck in frozen in
But
time.
But then-
apparently nothing ever ends forever. King of the Hill's coming back now?
Really?
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Matt would be excited about that. That's like his #1 show.
That
Lindsay
right?
too.
Yeah.
Lindsay's really into
Yeah.
King of the Hill.
Never got into that show, but I like anytime I see clips from it.
I think it
Funny
helps
stuff.
when you're from this area.
It
Sure.
absolutely. I was living in New Jersey when King of the Hill came
Or
out.
something.
And I was like, I don't understand how these people in New Jersey are enjoying the show. Everybody loved it, but I'm like, surely you can't get like 40% of these jokes.
Yeah.
They're so Texas centric. That was a fantastic.
It's
show.
got unique delivery though. But
Yeah.
Futurama was one of the shows I watched the most.
Yeah.
It's super
it's just really
rewatchable
great.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
But so I'm excited about this.
Well, I just I bought a season of a TV show last night, my friends. Fucking Jackie Chan Adventures.
Really? yeah. Dude, we get Jackie Chan
You
pitched to
won't
us
go
for
and buy
Death
these?
Battle.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Because I was
Wi-Fi
talking
these
about it on, I think on Off Topic first, and then I was talking about it on my stream. The fact that they never said heat vision. One of the talismans gave you heat vision, but they call it heat beam eye blasts for some reason.
Heat Vision was
DC.
copyrighted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they said heat beam eye blasts.
Have
Is
you
it really
guys-
copyrighted?
And now it's just like, I'm gonna get it. So I just bought it. I watched like 4 episodes last night.
Have you
Yeah.
ever seen the pilot for Heat Vision and Jack?
No.
You should look it up. It's old.
Heat vision in Jack?
Heat Vision and Jack.
Oh, and Jack.
It was a pilot for a show with Ben Stiller was in it. He played a Rastafarian DJ. Owen Wilson was in it, and Jack Black was in it. And one of them played a motorcycle that could talk, and the other one was
So they were
Jack.
just a voice, or
Or
did they like?
Yeah.
I'm
How
a
did this not
motorcycle.
I can't remember which was which.
I'm a motorcycle now. Look at
It
me.
was one of those like early '90s internet. It was like a pilot that never went anywhere. That got
Interesting.
released online. That it was like one of those like cult classic things. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun.
There's this weird show I came across. It's like it's supposed to be like this like tongue-in-cheek buddy cop type thing. It's about this detective. I think it's called like Hammer. Have you ever seen this?
Oh, you mean the old '80s TV show
Yes.
Hammer?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is
it's a great show.
It is ridiculous. I've always wanted to watch it. I've only seen like clips and highlights from it.
It's a spoof. It's a spoof off of. It's a spoof off of like Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It
like,
was. I think it was around for one season in like the late '80s. I remember being like the most excited in the world for it and watching it, and it being gone very quickly.
Yeah, I just remember he needed to like stop something. There was like a terrorist in a building, and so he pulled like an RPG out of his trunk and just like shoots the building, and it just completely implodes. And
Yeah.
he's like, "Man, my job is done." Walks away.
You know what a show that's awesome right now is that I just I mean, I've heard about it.
Disenchantment.
Yeah, but beyond that one, it's on Hulu and it's totally different. It's Castle Rock. It takes place in Stephen King's universe of Castle Rock. Obviously, there's like several books. What's wrong with you?
I told you why I got scared watching it and I couldn't keep.
Oh yeah,
really?
Yeah.
I don't know if you see. I can never read Jeff. I'm like, what does he hate it?
No.
How?
I was laughing at myself for being a wimp.
Yeah, we can go into that. But like Castle Rock, I watched the first however many episodes minus the one that came out this week. Really good. I really like how Stephen King went from like those campy movies in like the 80s and early 90s and TV movies.
Well,
like,
he didn't have a lot to
Langoliers
do
and
with
stuff.
that. But,
Yeah, but he licenses them out. And like I guess what I'm saying is I like how his stories got licensed up by higher tier production companies and made into more fleshed out, like exciting films.
Like darker shit. So do you have to
Yeah.
wait for Millie to come over before you can watch scary
I'm
things?
going to. Well, no, this one's scary in a specific way. So, like in the first episode, there's a prison, and that prison, I'm pretty sure, is the prison in Philadelphia that I toured recently when I was like I was on vacation, but I was also doing some like achievement hunter scouting.
Shawshank Prison
Yeah,
is what it's called.
it's what it's called. It's supposed to be Shawshank, and but it's actually the prison that I went to on a tour that's supposed to be haunted and stuff. And there's a scene where the guy is going through, and they find somehow in the first episode.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, there's this whole side of the prison that nobody's been to in 30 years. We forgot about
this
it.
is like in the first like 10 minutes or less. So like if you haven't watched it, it's not spoiling anything. The wardens had just changed, and I won't say why, but the wardens, there's a new warden, and the new warden's like, why the fuck has no one, this is a whole cell block and this place is packed. Why don't we use it?
And they're like,
Because they're exploring it.
We closed it off. And so they send send two cops in there to explore it, and one of them gets ahead and he's going through, and it becomes an episode of Achievement Hunter where it's all run down. It looks very familiar, and it looks like a place we will be exploring.
Awesome.
Let's go there.
And I'll even tell you, we're going on a hunt. I won't say locations or anything, but we're going on a hunt Monday. Four of us. I don't know which, or five of us. I don't know which five of us.
Yep.
To a prison.
We are going to a prison.
We're going to go to prison next week. But anyway, it's just I put myself in that guy's shoes very quickly, and it gets scarier and scarier. And then he opens up this like hole into the ground, and he's looking into it, trying to decide if he's going to go down it. And it reminded me of something that happened with Gavin and I at a different haunt, and that we already filmed. And I just couldn't go. I just got too scared. I was like, because I was just like, that's going to be me in like a week. I'm not going to. I can't do it. So
I don't do horror movies, man. I've never been into it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. It was probably because my mom was like super overprotective when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I turned 17, I was like, I'm gonna go see this movie. She's like, what's it rated? I'm like, R. She's like, you can't see that. I'm like, I'm 17. Literally, I am allowed to do that now. But I remember
my sweet boy.
Well, make sure you get mom's permission before you watch this show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. No, but I've just never been into horror, and I remember like what really kept me away from it too, because I was always when I was younger, of course your parents tell you that. I was like, I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, I wanted to see Aliens. And so I remember I'm watching TV, nobody's around, and I see it. It's on the little guide. I'm like, it's Aliens. All right, I want to see what this is all about. It's fucking scarred me, man. Because I click onto it, and literally the moment it's at is Bishop like looking at Ripley, and then the alien queen stabs him, and he gets lifted up, and he's like, and it's like, but it's like white blood everywhere. But I don't know, he's an android. Like, I don't know,
this milk is coming out.
Oh god, it scared the
and then he gets
fuck out of
ripped
me.
in half.
Yeah, he gets ripped in half.
Body's like,
oh, they were right. Like I just remember going, I was like so fucking terrified.
Right.
Dad's like, Mommy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The same thing happened to me. Like my parents had the pin code on the TV, so you could watch the movie was rated.
Yeah.
And I used to have like 3 tries per day, and it would knock you out. So sometimes I'd be like, oh, what's on? Oh, this movie, and I was like, oh, it's an 18, I can't watch it. So I'd try the pin, it would lock me out. And then the next day, or like days went on, and I saw Event Horizon, and I was like, what the hell's that? Put it on, and I guessed the pin right because it was like a family birthday.
Yeah.
And I got it, and it was right on a bit. I don't know what that movie's about. I've never seen it, but it was on a bit where like someone's flying towards the camera, and there's like blood going like, and there's like blood coming everywhere, coming out of someone, and then I was just like, and I immediately didn't like what I'd done. I was like, I'm not old enough yet.
What was Event? Do you guys remember that movie?
Yeah, it's Lawrence Fishburne. It's a horror movie in space.
Old enough.
Yeah,
It's about a haunting on a spaceship. It's a really scary
must not
movie.
have seen that one then. I'm trying to remember.
I was similar to you, Chad, in that I was terrified of horror movies as a kid, and my mom was actually pretty cool. She would have let me watch stuff, but I was such a wimp. Mm-hmm. And like it was so bad that my friends would be like, I'd be like 14, and my friends would be like, hey, you want to come over for a sleepover? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna come over. What are we gonna do? And they're like, oh, we're gonna watch all the Jason movies. And I go, oh, my mom says I can't. They'd be like, what? And they're like, yeah, she wants me to do something. I can't go. I would not hang out with my friends because I'd be too scared to cry in front of them or whatever.
Right? No, but then there's a time where you're there. You're at the sleepover, and then they're like, this is what we're watching. And you don't want to be the kid that's like, like, I don't want to watch that. So you're just like kind of like trying to tough it out. And it's like really, dude, that happened to me with, there's an anime movie called Ninja Scroll, which is really fucked up. If you've seen Ninja Scroll, you know what I'm talking about. And like, I was young, and we're at a sleepover, and they put on Ninja Scroll, and I'm like, cool, it's like samurai, they're gonna be fighting, but it's cartoon, so I'm like, this will be great. And then there's a scene where this like Shogun guy's just banging this girl, and that's where I'm like, whoa, what kind of like, this is different to what I'm normally used to. And then this one like big dude grabs a hold of this girl's like boyfriend, who's also like a samurai, lifts him up, rips his arms off, and starts drinking his blood. And I was just like, Jesus, what have I gotten into?
That's like that scene in Silent Hill where like he just grabs a woman and rips her whole skin off in one go.
Oh yeah,
and then he rips the clothes off first, which is impressive.
Yeah. And then
he grabs her chest.
The skin flumps like leather at their feet, and they're like, well, let's get in the church.
The way I got over it, and I recommend anybody else do this too if you're scared of horror movies. I joined the army, and I realized
that's it?
I realized I couldn't go into the army being a coward. I was
And
like,
somehow
I'm too
it
much of a
didn't
wimp
fix
to be a soldier. So the summer before I joined the army, I forced myself to go to the video store and rent a different horror movie every day.
Wow.
And I sat in the lights on in my living room, and I watched one horror movie a day for an entire summer until I went to basic training.
This is why you
And now
sleep
I like
like the
horror
way you do. Because every night, one, you were afraid of messing up your sheets because you gotta keep them clean in the
Gotta keep 'em
military.
clean.
Mm-hmm.
Two, you were terrified every night because of the movies you watched. So you just sleep like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One, terrified, so the monster underneath the bed can't reach you from anywhere. And then two, you didn't mess up your sheets.
Yeah.
So that's why you
I
sleep
love
like
the
that.
idea.
Up and he looked in his cot and there was a vacuum.
And then the vacuum was there.
He's like, oh
Oh,
god.
thank God you're here.
Did you have a dimmer switch? Would you like dim it down a little bit every night until you?
No, this was the early 90s. Dimmer switches were for fancy people.
Dude, man, speaking of horror movies, I don't think I talked about this last time I was on. So my neighbors, their daughter is the same age as my daughter, and they were in the same class last year, right? And we're like, yes. Like, as a parent, Jeff, that's like the greatest gift ever because like, yes, we can just get them together and we can have a moment. They can play, they can entertain each other and have fun, right? So they invite us over to like, it was like Super Bowl party or whatever. So we go over, we're having fun. And we start talking. And like the girl's talking about like horror movies and stuff, and Kira's come home a couple times talking about like scary stories that her friend has told her. So then I find out that the wife used to be a special effects makeup artist, and so the whole family's like super into horror. But I mean, they're showing their 6-year-old daughter, like she's seen everything.
Some gory
Like
ass,
I mean, she's seen Hellraiser, like Jason, It, and so like. That's when my daughter's like really sensitive. She was terrified of that the troll from Ernest Scared Stupid.
I forgot about that movie.
That was like 3
You want
weeks.
to get turned into a little toy thing.
3 weeks of perpetual nightmare. She called it the booger monster, and like she was so scared. So I was like, hey, so like our kids are gonna be hanging out. We need to not. Don't expose her to that if that's okay. She's like, oh yeah, I get it, I totally understand. And then I go inside and they're literally walking into like the family room and like a little girl has the new It movie and she was about to put it on. And I was like, yeah, no, but I like that's already in my mind. Like, that's gonna happen. Kira's gonna come home one day, she's gonna have a sleepover and she's gonna be fucking traumatized.
She's gonna come home and go, I don't know what therapy is, but I need it.
Yeah, exactly.
There was like a week or so when I was really young that my sister every single night would like go into my room and be like, hey, can you come stay in my room with me? Because she had just watched The Ring.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, that was it.
Yeah.
Like literally it was like a week or so that I had to like go into her room and like be in there with
got
her
her
so she
vacuum
could
cleaner.
sleep.
The Ring.
I was her vacuum cleaner.
The
yeah.
Ring and The Grudge were the movie, and I can't think of too many others, but The Ring and The Grudge were like movies for our generation
yeah,
we
The
were in
Grudge got her
that
too.
sweet
Yeah.
spot that we could watch it, but it would affect you. Like you'd go home and think about it. So you're like, I'm fine. Lights go out, boom, instantly things around every corner.
It's wrong. Yeah.
You gotta close your eyes and get to bed because you don't want to see what could be around anything. Like your mind just invents so many things.
Yeah,
Gus used to have an apartment that looked like the house in The Grudge, the Japanese one, not the American one, and I would have to watch his cat, and I would be too scared to go over and watch his cat sometimes.
Because you think about that little boy making the meow. Oh,
on that thing.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking about that girl like.
But I
backwards and going down the
I
stairs.
meant to slack you this the other day, Chad. When I was in Iceland, we were, we went to buy a lot of beaches and stuff, and like at least 100 times a day, Millie would go, beach eagle.
Oh, was she really?
Beach eagle?
Yeah, we
A seagull.
we took a trip to the beach a couple of weeks ago, and it was Kira's first time to the beach, and she didn't remember the word for seagull, and so we're driving, and she's like, "Look, Dad, a beach eagle!" And like, we were instantly like, "That's a way better name." Like, we're never calling them seagulls again. They are beach eagles.
Yeah.
We had a whole conversation in the van. We were driving over for first night at the Paramount, and Millie was like, she remembered the place because she'd been there, but she didn't remember why. And I'm like, "Well, you've seen me perform there like 4 times." She's like, "No, that's not. I don't give a shit about you."
Yeah.
And she had seen Planet of the Apes there when we had the
Yes.
Planet of the Apes. And she was like, this is when Chad told the story, and she couldn't remember what it's called. She's like, "Remember we came and we saw the thing, Gorilla Man. Do you remember Gorilla Man? Gorilla Man. It was a bad ape, Gorilla Man."
Bad
I'm like,
ape.
Planet of the Apes. And Chad told the beach eagle story.
Yeah, we were just like, well, the whole thing, we started going off with like sequels to Gorilla Men 2, and like, that was great.
It's fucking funny.
Yeah, man.
That's
Sometimes
awesome.
kids will just say shit and they just become a part of like your natural vocabulary.
Yeah, it's like I forgot a dishwasher a while back, and I asked Millie to remember to do the kitchen laundry. So now we do kitchen laundry.
Jeff, at your age, that's a concern.
I know,
You should
I know.
really dig into this and make sure
I
you're
just
healthy
love
and okay.
when people try to remember the name of something and get really close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I was at like Target or something with Kat a little while ago, and I always like look at the t-shirts there and see if there's any of them. I'm just like, hey, why not? The Transformers shirt, I'll wear that. And like, I'm like looking through shit, and Kat is like looking at these like bags that are like shaped like things near me. She's like, oh, Jeremy, I like this one. I like it's like the video game character. What's like Frog or something? I'm like, Frog? Like, what the hell are you talking about? I go, it's Frog. And I go over, and it's Toad from Mario.
Yeah.
And I'm like, got it, like Frog. You were actually really close. Frog. She's like, Frog. It's like Frog.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
The little known guy from the Mushroom Kingdom. It's his brother.
Yeah. My dad has an uncanny ability to do that, but totally by accident. He like the classic Pokemans, right? Or or instead of GameCube, he would call it an Xbox because it was
my dad called
things
it an
like
MGB
that,
player instead
but
of an MP3.
But it would expand into everything. It like literally every term, and every time he messes up now, Mom and I just like would look at each other and be like, close, we got what you meant. Right. But now I just like leverage my history just like of him messing up terms into like Handmaid's Tale is the first thing that comes to mind is that show on Hulu. And I just call it, the first thing I could think of was Old Maid's Tale. And so now I just call it that. But so I just like leverage that ability now of my dad to mess up things just so. And you know what? I started thinking like, I think dads just do that. But I think as I get older, I find more humor in that. And I think dads just do that on purpose to be funny.
Shit.
Yeah.
And kids just like can't say, they're like, you're just stupid. And you're like, and the dads are just the only ones laughing in their head.
That's called a dad joke.
Yeah,
well, I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, my dad did shit like that all the time. He would like talk to my sister is stupidly gullible though. Like even to this day, when it comes to my dad, she just still believes him, and you never should. Like even when we were kids, and we're like, oh, we're going up to Maine for the weekend, like Old Orchard Beach, go to Maine, like just spend the time there, or whatever. He'd be like, tell my sister, be like, yeah, we can't go on that. We can't go this weekend. My sister's like, what? Why can't we go? And he's like, there's a big oil spill. The whole beach. He's like, yeah, Maine called and told us it was Maine called. My sister would be like, oh, blown away. And then like
Maine called.
Like a couple of years ago, we went to Mexico as like a family. Went to like Cancun, and like we were like in the hotel, we're like getting a bunch of fruit or whatever. And they had papaya, and I've never had papaya before. None of us had. So we got it and we tried it. It's fucking disgusting. I mean, it doesn't taste good. I know some people like it. You're crazy. And like we all tried it. It was awful.
No judgment.
The next
Sounds like you had a shit papaya.
The next day we go down to get some food again. My dad grabs this big plate of papaya again, like sits down, and he takes a bite of it. And my sister's like, "Why are you eating that again?" Like he goes, "Oh, we must have had a bad batch yesterday. This is fantastic. That was just a bad batch over there." She's like, "Oh, really?" And like, I see him doing that, and I look at him, and like, as she looks at the plate, he looks at me and goes, and, like, she grabs a huge piece and eats it, and it was just awful. But like, you can't believe the man. You never do. He's always making shit up, like specifically just so you can believe it for a second.
How happy does that make you? For the upcoming...
I have a strange feeling of what that is. Yep.
Yeah.
I always love when Bernie just comes into the room quietly and shows his phone to Jeff.
That's how people get fired here.
It looked like a scientific experiment on gravity.
I don't even know what it was.
Experiment on gravity.
Like, what does gravity affect?
Oh, he's coming back.
Oh, it's a sight. It's a
Here's
real.
another for you. That was the basis for the whole thing. Coming soon. You guys will be in on it soon enough.
Oh, it's not even. I'm not playing that up. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's something that's been in the works for about 12 years. We've been wanting to do. We're finally doing it. I don't know if it's been announced or spoiled, but it's some photos that Bernie sent me, and that he and Gus both sent me some photos. Like while I was in Iceland, and I must have looked at the photos like 18 times a day, and every time I can't not laugh. Kevin, have you seen this photo? This is the one that gets me. It gets me the most.
Don't worry,
I think I know exactly what it is.
Yeah. We don't want to spoil it, but it's very funny.
It gets me the most every time.
It's quite a production. It's yeah.
What is it?
Oh no! Oh, it's stuck on the table.
Wow, that's on there.
It's the funniest.
Yeah.
The best part is the look.
It looks like home. I just saw it on TX.
Oh no!
I haven't seen him, but he's
He looks like he's about to sing a Bond song.
Oh, stop! I'm sorry.
I hope you guys.
He's one of the Bond gals.
Pretty good.
It hurts. It's like it's maybe it's funnier to me than it'll be to anybody else on Earth. But I've been waiting for that for over a decade, and it's like good things come over time. You know, it took like over 3 years to make Hardcore Monopoly. Finally, it's been made. For Hardcore Tabletop, yay! Those photos, it's been way longer. I've been waiting for that. Oh, what a payoff! It's just as beautiful as I hoped it would be. I'm actually glad it took this long because of gravity.
Gravity hit it more.
I have a question for people at the table. I was doing something this morning, as everyone does. I was taking just a leak, a nice piss, a Wiz Khalifa.
What was nice about it?
If you will.
Yeah.
Most urinations are nice, especially the morning one when you've just built up a bladder of just too much, probably, and you gotta let it go.
Yeah,
Of course, a sleepy bladder.
Standing up or sitting down?
Standing up every time, always, unless you're pooping.
Yeah.
And I have to ask
sometimes
you guys,
you just don't have the effort, man.
what's the weirdest thing that you do habitually and you've done for many years and you don't really kind of think about it? But So okay, I'll just give you mine. Like I realized this morning, every time I pee, I count it. I count how long it is. And I've done this.
You said
for
that to me the other
years.
day. It was weird.
Yeah, I've done this for years. Well, okay, so I saw Gavin in the hallway or something. I was walking back, and I realized I was doing this because I Google how long the average urination is, and I come back and I told Gav, I was just like, I pee way longer than the average duration.
Are you trying to win urination?
I don't know, but like I think what it started way back like in middle school or something when I woke up and I had what I thought was the longest pee of all time, like a world record.
Yeah.
Like I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, oh. So I went and it was like a minute straight. I just like kept going and I was like, what is this all about? I want to time this, but I'm not gonna have a time. I'm not an animal, so so I just started counting it whenever I thought I had to. And then
out loud.
No, in my head.
But do you deliberately slow your flow to get the best time?
No, I want it to be au naturel. I want to know exactly like, and so I figured out like
full blast out the gate to the end.
A normal urination will be like I'll get to like 16, but like a long one I'll be like, holy shit, that was like 35.
Are you counting in seconds?
It's just my own personal time.
Mississippi's.
You're counting in
I think 1 Trevor second is about
It's Trevor time.
it's close to about a normal second. Really.
It's like how
so there's no point in changing.
It's like how our audio software runs. It's like it's not seconds. But
Yeah.
it's still counting.
Yeah. If you convert it on Google, like 1 Trevor second equals about 0.92 of a real second.
The thing is,
It's like yards in a meter.
Because it's hard to keep it right on.
I don't know if I could equate anything to that because
That's
you're
what
like, does anyone else
Mississippi's
do anything that you think is normal? But like,
It's not normal,
it's
but
hard
like
to-
I've done that for years.
it's like it's hard to say because I don't know if something I do isn't normal. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
it
see,
might just
like-
be normal to me. I when I'm at home,
Yeah.
I scream when I yawn, or when I stretch and when I yawn. I go
like someone stabbed him.
No, I'll be in the next room.
Just give it up. Let's hear it.
So if I'm like, just in my chair at
Stretching,
work and I just have to stretch, I go. And I go back, and Kat will hear it. Like,
You're doing that in bed when you wake up.
I do.
Cat's like, what?
If it's like a reasonable time, I think in the morning, I'll stretch in bed. I'll be like.
I like to imagine your muscles are so tight, you are actually in pain when you stretch because like your muscles are just all like.
Yeah.
So you stretch it out and they're ripping and tearing.
Yeah,
and
it
you're
just feels good.
screaming in
It
pain.
feels good to be like. When you yawn, you go.
It is really satisfying
How
to
many
let
people
out
just yawned in the audience right now?
Like if you're doing a good, if your poo is a bit of a struggle, it's unsatisfying to keep in the noise and try and hide it.
So
like sometimes if
letting
I'm
out
like-
a grunt. Is
Yeah,
that what you're
sometimes
saying?
I'm just like this. I'm like, but if I got something big, sometimes you're just gonna be like, it's nicer. It's a nicer experience.
I've never tried that.
I think that's kind of normal because like if there's one that you're just sitting, you're cooking on, and you're just like, oh, just fucking end. You're just like, you're almost sighing in like it's just agony. You're just like, oh, fucking hell, just end. Maybe not that loud, but like, just like, just finish.
No, the worst is when like you just have to continuously wipe and there seems to be no end.
Yeah.
Like a marker.
What do you think's worse?
Diarrhea or constipation?
Oh god,
Constipation.
I
Constipation
think so
for sure.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Diarrhea feels like progress, at least, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something's
You
coming out of
see
me.
I was
something
talking about
happening.
to somebody the other day when they chose constipation. I don't
No
think
way.
so.
No. There's been times in my life where I've been constipated. Like the first time I was constipated, I didn't know what was up. I was just on the ground in the bathroom, like just going, everything. I hate everything. And I don't know about you guys, but when I feel that bad, like when I like constipation bad or like bad gas pains bad or appendicitis bad, for some reason my brain picks the fucking worst song that it could find and it loops it in my head. And it becomes just like torture. And I remember one time, and I was like really young, it was probably like one of the first couple times I was constipated. It was the Barney's theme song and it looped in my fucking brain.
I love
and
you, you love me.
Yeah, or whatever, I don't remember it now. But,
Constipated on the floor.
and I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Why are you doing this? This is already terrible. Stop it. And I'm just writing, and I can't fall asleep. I can't sleep it off. I can't anything. So I'm just like, thinking this like song is just
You're a
torture.
psychopath.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I don't feel anymore.
Yeah. Count your pee and Trevor seconds and sing your
I gotta pass the
constipation
time
away.
somehow when I urinate.
Speaking of not having feelings anymore, have you guys seen the trailer for the new season of Always Sunny?
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
my
I'm excited for
Probably
that.
the greatest
King.
moment from any trailer.
Yeah, it definitely does. You mean the moment where Mac
With
picks
Mac
D
and
up
D,
by the-
yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was
awesome.
so unexpected and hilarious.
Jesus Christ.
I love that show.
The
September 5th,
Or
right?
the dentist,
The doll
the
is-
dentist sex doll. Yes,
sex
Yeah.
doll is
I think
awesome.
unfortunately we'll be on a hunt. I think we'll be ghost hunting on September 5th, but we'll have to watch it the next day.
Yeah, possibly. God damn, the next like
The next,
Couple
Jeremy,
months,
the
man.
next,
Shit,
we're
dude.
fucked through January of next year.
fuck.
As far as like the pace that we're on, where we're filming 2 to 3 days a week, and you guys are all traveling as much as I normally travel. Like it's gonna be like that to get through these 16 episodes.
Yeah,
it's gonna
there
be
were
like that
two-
into February of next year.
I mean, for some people it was all day. I mean,
Mhm.
like you, but like so for me this week it was 2 like just post work
yeah.
shoots. Like it was just like I came in, did normal stuff here, and then went and did the haunt stuff. You were there like all day, and then next week it's like 3 days. We won't even be here. We'll be out doing ghost stuff. Like, fuck, man.
Yeah, we're hunting Monday through Wednesday.
I know you guys going to PAX too?
No,
No.
Jack's going to PAX.
Yeah, I heard Jack.
Lewis is getting married, so
Mhm.
Trevor and Alfredo and I are going to Lewis's wedding.
Oh, I'm going to send him the most passive-aggressive Slack right after this.
But I don't want to like divert too much from Haunter if you guys have more to say. But speaking of September releases, I think so. That's 5th is Always Sunny. I think it's the 14th or maybe the 7th is American Vandal season 2.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Talk about a show that was perfect that if anything they could do
Open
to make
close,
a second
right?
season would be terrible
Yeah.
idea. Would
Right.
be a lame interpretation of the first season. And then I saw that trailer. Couldn't be more on
Well,
board.
even just
On
the
board.
premise of the show, like April was like, I asked her, I was like, what are you watching? She's like, well, like keep an open mind. And I'm like, what? And she's like, it's a story of where they're trying to like figure out who drew penises on this person's car, right? That's what it was.
It was
Yeah.
a wild cause.
Season
All the
2,
cards, yeah.
season
all the cards
2
is what it was,
looks fucking crazy.
And yet we watched it all, and it was entertaining.
What's the name of the villain in it, or like the vandal? What do they call him?
The poop something.
The,
Shit.
the turd
Turd
burglar.
burglar.
Turd
Yeah,
burglar
yeah.
is the name. Yeah,
Yeah. His calling card is the poop emoji.
with like something. It's like the poop emoji, but upgraded something. It's like
Milk,
wearing
milk,
a.
lemonade.
It's like
around the
wearing a
corner,
hood or
poop
something.
emoji.
Yeah, poop emoji's made.
But
But yeah, it's like a detective poop emoji.
Yeah,
I think,
it's,
something like
there's
that.
something special
Or like a
about the
spy
poop
poop.
emoji.
Yeah, I forget, but
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Hey,
yeah. What's
that's,
up?
that's releasing soon, and you know what else has started releasing
Mhm.
is Hardcore Tabletop.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 episodes available right now.
Is it every week?
Every Tuesday.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen the show yet, I highly recommend it. These guys are fucking phenomenal in it, and the show is great. The
The show's
production team
really
did
good.
live action did amazing with it. The first episode, if you aren't a first member, is available on our YouTube channel at least for now. And definitely, if you haven't triggered a trial for first membership, I highly encourage you to do it because
The whole
it's great.
the whole premise is, and the initial inspiration was, I had insomnia one night, and I was watching the World Series of Poker at like 4 a.m. on ESPN3. This is like 5 years ago.
The Trace.
And
That's all you
We
think.
both made eye contact.
I was
Who's
just
gonna do it?
amazed at how serious they were taking it, and I thought it would be so much fun to take something stupid that seriously. And so because I've seen people be confused about why we have the cutaways in the interviews and everything. It's because we're spoofing the World Series of Poker and like that level of kind of like hyper serious eventized card game.
Yeah.
Thing.
Exactly.
And so it's like our
something that should be a game taken
Monopoly,
way too seriously.
taking a dumb family game that you play when it's raining outside on vacation and you can't get to the beach or whatever.
You all hate each other after it.
Yeah, and just taking it real money and treating it very seriously.
And the set's awesome.
Yeah,
Like-
they did a really great job. This team did.
Did we have like a clip of it or something? Yeah, they're
Thumbs
all
up
giving me a
on that
thumbs up.
clip.
They came and said something to me before the show, and I kind of tuned them out. Honestly,
That's just you.
Yeah. So there's a clip, I guess. So let's roll that clip.
Roll it.
On the one upside, it's slowly becoming everyone versus Jack.
I know.
Yeah, but
Well, I was already versus Jack.
Only 2 properties left on the board.
Doesn't help us if he's got all the
Two
property.
properties
I
available.
mean, Matt and I have the blues.
The Achievement Hunter office pretty much has one solid rule in any game. Jack's not allowed to win. If Jack wins, we'll never hear the end of it.
I don't even want to envision that future of coming to work, just listening to Jack. It'll be like your father talking about like his fucking high school football glory days. Where, and then I made this throw. Nobody thought I could do it. That'll be Jack for the next 10 years. So
Things kind of went my way at the beginning of the game. I think very quickly the table sort of turned and looked at me as kind of like, oh, Jack's the target. Jack is obviously the one that's gonna win, which I don't understand that. I mean, I'm just playing the game like anybody else. I just got a couple lucky rolls early on.
Clearly, Jack must lose. Life has just been handed to him on a silver platter. It's time for fate to come for him. I think we're gonna have to take him out. Is the only way that that's gonna work.
It's okay. I mean, we're all friends. You know, we all understand this is a game and we're just having fun. So, you know, I'm sure feelings won't be hurt too bad.
I mean, if we can physically attack him in the middle of the game, we can win.
Who's editing that?
Live action.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job.
It's really funny.
The juxtaposition between what Jack's saying and the
it's
clips
perfect.
are showing, it's phenomenal.
Well, like after we were filming the whole thing, he's like, "Yeah, you know the interview things. I was trying to be pretty nice. Michael and I both went.
That reminds me of
We sure were not.
We made a Fails of the Week DVD 1,000 years ago for some reason. And
buy it now.
Remember that? And we had like interviews in between every episode, so there was like 2 hours of live action interviews.
God,
and it was everybody just shitting in Jack's mouth, and nobody told him. And Jack being really sweet about everybody else. And when Jack watched the DVD for the first time, I was there, and he goes, "Is this the whole fucking thing?" And I'm like, yeah. I was like, You guys are such dicks.
I think we just assumed that we would all be doing that to each other.
But everybody was
really nice.
Everybody got the memo but Jack. So it's just like 2 hours of dumb Halo fails and people just being mean to Jack.
I feel like Jack just forgot the memo. Like that's a given. It comes with the territory.
We were at the premiere for first night or whatever at RTX when that revealed, and then afterwards, Michael and I were talking. He's like, he wasn't in like any of the talking heads of the one that we showed, right? And part, and he's like, oh shit. He's like, I was pretty awful. He's like, I don't even know if they're gonna put any of that in there. I think I went too far. You know,
so it's all in there.
It went hard, yeah.
Michael,
yeah. Michael was saying like I went hard for everyone.
For everybody. Like I think I was just mean to Jack, really. Michael
really?
went all out.
He went all out on everyone, and he's like, they'll use what they can.
Yeah.
But
I think I called Matt a freak at one point. I like calling Matt a freak.
To be fair,
That's kind of a freak.
I like calling Matt a freak. It's like one of my favorite things. I called him that in Raft or something.
Matt leans into it though. He pulls a good freak.
He gave us that things to do the other day where we just ran on a ball.
That's
for a long
out now,
time.
yeah.
That's out. It's out. Yeah.
That broke us a little bit. That broke the room.
Oh my! We started drinking. We finished that and instantly Michael and I cracked open whiskey.
I had that things to do playing this morning as I was getting ready because I had seen the comments and I'm like, all right, gotta watch this.
I don't know if it was left in, but at one point Jack was like, "Yeah, I was thinking about just doing this as a let's play because it was long enough." I was like, "You wanted to do this as a let's play? We run on a ball for an hour as a let's play? You an idiot!"
There's two things that constitute a let's play, and it's the idea and the length.
Yeah.
You can't just have the
Yeah,
length.
just because something lasts an hour doesn't mean you should have that as a mundane let's play.
You can't have like a. I appreciate the desire to double dip on an idea, right? But like, you can't have looking at a ball falling off a ball for an hour.
I was watching some of it, and at one point,
Yeah, they
I
said you
think
couldn't play
Gavin-
Uno for 17 hours either.
Yeah,
That's true.
It worked though. At one point in that video, and that thing's to do, Gavin's like, "Jeremy, you gotta come over here and help. We gotta get up the hill." And I was just my character's head was against the wall, and I was just doing this. So I was like, "I can't do it. I'm out. I'm out."
He put the checkpoint so far away that it was being affected by the fog, like the draw distance fog.
The checkpoint.
So what happens when you get to the checkpoint? It doesn't stop the ball, does it?
There's just a ramp where you can get on at that point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
you have to get the ball there.
It wedges the ball.
No, it stops it though. I think the ramp also kind of like.
Oh, okay. Well,
clips
we
it,
didn't
so
get to it,
holds
so who knows?
What if the whole path was just like a saw?
That's what people
right?
say.
So it goes
yeah.
tink 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 tink, right?
Yeah,
but like
people
they're
said
closer.
if there were more checkpoints like that, it would have worked. Probably would have worked a little better.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to critique. After
Creeper
the
Soccer
fact.
should have been Obsidian. People can say whatever they want.
Yeah, it's like it's some of the magic in Achievement Hunter though is like the ideas that are like a little absurd like that because it brings out like this chaotic like.
I think within 12 minutes I was trying to call it an airstrike.
Yeah, Gavin was trying to blow people up, and then he crashed a helicopter and gone on it.
Right, like if the game went perfectly, you wouldn't have had some of these like crazy like mess moments, right?
Nah, it was
so it's
fine.
like it's two things, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's this new.
These are mad scientists.
This is new GTA game type that came out a little bit ago because they
speaking about breaking people.
they released a car in GTA that's like the speed racer car.
I keep wanting to say Ridge Racer.
Mark
but
5? Yeah, and like so it jumps and it boosts.
You guys are dicks.
And so they released a game type.
Let me see when that's coming out.
So there was a game type a long time ago that came out in GTA called Hunting Pack, and it was like, it's essentially one team versus another team, but one team is broken into two types of people. So you have the attackers, which are trying to stop a runner in a big vehicle, like a fire truck or
It's like big offense,
big van. Yeah, and then the runner has defenders that are trying to hit the attackers away, so they can't stop them. And if the runner stops for too long, a bomb charges up and then blows up if they're not up to speed for a certain amount of time. And so they upped that and they made Hunting Pack like Remix or something.
Yeah.
I think they called it. Which it's the exact same thing except newer vehicles, including like one is the attackers are this new speed racer car and the defenders are in the vigilantes. Which
There's
is
7
like
maps and one
Batmobiles.
of them is good.
And
Two
no,
of them
there's
are
a
good.
couple. There's a couple that were pretty
6 or
funny.
7 was also good.
There's some like where the runner was in the fucking party bus that was impossible. Like you touch the party bus,
was
it like
2,
toppled,
yeah.
and that was it. But there was some that were really funny, and someone broke in the office. I don't know if you can guess who, but if you watch the Vespucci Job, you'll love this one. It's gonna be a good time. Whoa, dude! The shell's going in the chamber, but it's just like look up.
Keep it in.
So you gotta keep it in for the video, but like even
you I'm especially mad with, Jeremy.
I know.
Even
everybody sucked, but you
took it to a new level.
I don't think I've really ever been that frustrated in a Let's Play. Like, and that wasn't even like coming off of like what Jeff was getting. Like I was.
Well, you.
I can't. Well, I was with him the whole time, wasn't I?
Oh yeah, you tried to jump.
You weren't great either. The last round.
Don't even do it.
You
don't even do it.
Oh yeah, you were rubbish.
You were rubbish.
I was not rubbish. It was him.
What?
Oh, don't even.
What? What?
Oh, let me move. I'm Jeff. I park right here.
And then I was awesome after that. I was awesome. It was a miscommunication. Then I was awesome. But you.
Meanwhile, the team of Jeremy, Captain, and Ryan had a great
like
time.
an oiled machine.
Oh, I'm gonna have to. Okay, this is like 3 weeks out, so I'm gonna have to move this up on the editorial
Right, 'cause
schedule
this
because
is
we can't be
also-
talking about this
we need
3
part
weeks.
1
This is also-
next. We need part 2 right after that.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we're talking about like Hunting Pack Remix Part 2.
Because
There's
we have a jack bag too. Spoilers.
Put that.
That's this
Throw
week.
that.
That's this week.
Chuck that.
Throw it away.
So it's
No,
if you're
throw
a
it
first
in.
member,
Yeah, no.
if you're a first member, it's out tomorrow, right? GTA? Does that come out on Saturdays now, or is that?
Yeah,
on
it comes out Saturday. It's got like a weird 48-hour window.
Yeah. So if you're a first member watching this live in the chat, then tomorrow's Jack Bag.
Don't.
I love last night.
Don't.
Because we recorded Hunting Pack. We recorded that video yesterday. So last night, Jeff and I were on a shoot, and we were sitting across from each other, just like waiting to go out to where we were filming. And Jeff goes, man, that video today. And he goes, he's like, I appreciate you doing what you did because it was funny. But
Well, I said make the video better.
You actually had my hopes up, and then a thing, and I can't sing anymore.
I was like, I on a professional
Did
level,
I just dab
on
by
a content
accident?
level, you made the video better. Thank you for
on a
doing
personal
that.
level.
But on a human level,
And you came into that one hot because you were mad that all of us went and got ice cream, even though none of us did.
That's true.
Right. Yeah, Jeff
We can't say anymore. We need the review.
I was so mad.
At one point, he was like, "Why is Gavin getting ice cream? He doesn't need free ice cream." And I was like, "Jeff, I'm in the room. I'm right here. I didn't go and get ice cream." He's like, "Well, where's everyone else getting ice cream? Ryan's got." And Ryan comes in with Bobby. He's like, "I didn't get ice cream." He was just slowly lowering his madness.
Yeah. What happened was like. And this isn't in the video.
We didn't have time.
The conversation
We
in the
didn't have
video.
time for ice cream. We
What
had to
happened
film.
there, because this part, the explanation's on the video, is that Sarah walked in talking about ice cream. Immediately, and like just coincidentally, Jeremy and Alfredo both leave the room. And I'm like, and I get up and I'm like, I follow. I'm like, why are they getting ice cream? We need to record. We're recording right now. And Ryan just got back with some barbecue. And then Jeff's like, ice cream. Why are they going to get ice? We need to record. We only got an hour. Like,
yeah, we had like
and he
slightly
fires off
under an
on
hour.
Gav, and Gav's like.
Meanwhile, Alfredo and
I was just at my desk. I was like, huh?
Meanwhile, Alfredo and I are just in the next room, like getting cold barbecue.
Yeah, and Ryan's like, I just saw Jeremy in the other room. He's getting barbecue. What do you? And then I'm like, oh, why is Alfredo getting ice cream then?
And then we're just like, Jeff, no one left to get ice cream.
Nobody.
You know who got ice cream though?
No, keep it. Yeah.
My favorite part was after breaking Jeff in that video. I pressed stop and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get some ice cream.
Yeah.
Dude,
I didn't get any ice cream.
whenever the company does stuff like that and brings in like something cool, I always have this weird scheduling conflict where when it's here, I'm over at animation, and then I have a meeting here.
Yeah.
When the truck goes over to animation, and then I get here and I'm just like, damn it!
You should just meet the dude on
Do you
35
wave to it and say hi?
and pass it out the window.
Yeah.
So that happened. I heard the ice cream was good though.
Can you pass it? We should try that. Someone has an ice cream cone hanging out their window, driving the other way. Can you do it without smashing it?
Without breaking your hand.
Yeah. I'll film. You guys do it.
Well, how many miles an hour of an impact hurt?
We'll scale up.
Oh, has anybody ever done a car drive-by high five?
Yeah, I bet it
I mean,
really
that's
hurt.
kind of what I'm talking about, except
But
for
with ice cream.
an ice cream cone.
Should we try it outside after?
We probably should.
Yeah.
We can start with the scooters. We can start running, then with scooters, then with
golf carts,
segways.
Dude, use both
carts.
hands on those fucking scooters, man. They're deadly.
Oh yeah, that's right. You ate shit.
Have you eaten shit again since then? No. Okay, maybe I want to talk
use
about
them
these scooters
constantly,
for a
though.
second.
Okay.
I recognize the convenience, and I recognize like
If you live where I live downtown, they're a lifesaver.
yeah, and so I recognize that entirely. But I don't. Am I old when I start to think like, what the fuck is this eyesore? Every corner of this fucking
It's just
city
that people can
has
rent them
three
and-
of these bastard scooters just sitting there.
Whereas-
and I will go from morning to evening, and those 3 scooters won't have been touched because they place them there.
Which is weird because when I drive by, I go, "Oh, scooter corner, good corner."
Right, but you're downtown, and it makes more sense there.
Yeah.
But here it's kind of more residential and neighborhoody, and like, and there's bus stops, so there's like public transportation. And in fact, Austin is like definitely like building, like investing into that infrastructure because there's bus stops flying up all over the place. Maybe they're completing, I don't know. But there's scooters on every corner. I'm like, there's no sidewalk to get to this corner. Why the hell are there scooters on this corner? It's just a field.
I do a lot of running through just like a trail at night sometimes.
Yeah.
It's pretty dark, but I know it. But
Yeah.
then there's a scooter just left in the middle of it and I'm tripping over shit. They leave like obstacles of like 3 at a time. It's like playing trials.
Yeah.
So I haven't used one of those, but Jeff was talking about them at RTX, and I was like, I need to get up to the JW, and I'm like, oh, there's a scooter.
Scoot.
But I mistakenly thought that they were like just like a public transit whatever thing, right? And you could just get on one, right?
Did you try to like kick it and you're like,
well, so I get
against
on it,
the
and I'm like,
electric-
I'm gonna take the scooter, and I'm like, why isn't it going? And I start like trying to move it, and then it starts screaming at you because like if you don't have
he's
the app,
stealing. That's what it says. He's stealing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either, and so I thought it was like, how do I get this thing going? And he's like, "Ree!" like, and I'm like, oh, like I like jump off, and I'm just like booking it away, like yeah.
Maybe it was just stretching.
It was. Good callback.
Yeah.
So you thought that these electric scooters were just free to use
I did.
Maybe that your taxes paid for
I don't
them?
know, man. I've only been in Austin for like a
Where
year.
do they charge them?
Like, do they charge them each night?
So 2 things happen. I think the people that work for whatever company come and pick them up and charge them. And another thing they do is I think they give you credit or they pay you if you charge them up yourself. Like if you take it inside and charge it up, like they basically charge you for that or pay you for that.
Really?
That's what Jeff said.
Do they get sprayed down? They get
What's up?
sanitized?
What'd I say?
Do the companies like Lime and Bird or not? Is it Bird?
Bird, yeah.
They pay you to charge those things, or
No, 'cause if
do
you
they
don't-
hire people
No,
to
'cause
go
it'll
out?
scream at you if
I
you
see
try
the
and take
dude.
it.
There's a dude that comes by like in an SUV every night and is just like.
I have
loading in
seen
the back.
that.
Yeah.
I thought you said, or someone said something like.
I didn't say shit.
Maybe it was someone else.
Yeah,
they
it
said
wasn't
that
me.
they'll
How dare you.
credit you or pay you like if you
Maybe.
charge it up. Like,
I don't know about that.
skirt.
Where do you think the nearest one is right now?
Probably the nearest.
I can
corner.
Oh, down to the
my
corner.
phone.
Literally
That's probably
down by
why
HEB.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll look
right
at my
by
phone.
right by Torchy's.
I'll tell you what. I'll look. I need to
What's
look.
Actually,
How
no.
much do you
Actually,
pay
no.
for that?
Even closer than that. There's a bus stop, and they put 3 in the bus stop, like right in front of the seats. 1, 2, 3. They're like, "Fuck the bus. You want these?"
If I wanted to, could I just walk around and move them all to the same place and then get more?
If you
all right,
pay for
all
it.
right.
Like a big
They might
20 mile.
scream on you.
Yeah, you gotta
you
pay
gotta
for it.
pay
They'll
for it.
scream.
There's us. There's all the ones in Mueller.
Jesus.
Oh, you
Wait.
can pull it. You can find out where they
Wait,
are.
Yeah.
can we? Can we between the games where we just pick them all up from across
Yeah.
the city and like just dogpile them on someone's
Those are all the
lawn?
bird ones.
you have
I don't
the
know if there's
service?
any lime ones.
I mean, you
here.
can get it for free. Not
You
free.
should go
but
and get one now and bring it in.
I can add an extra level to this.
there's more
Yeah, you
bird
can.
than I've seen lime. Is
How
lime
quick-
more
Lime is
downtown?
mostly downtown.
How
I
quickly
think.
can you go get
No.
one, Trevor?
There's
I'd
actually-
have to run
Dude,
down.
there's
to-
a lime
In
the,
here?
in the
Yeah.
parking lot.
All right, let me
There's
get
a
the
lime
app.
right there in the parking lot.
I'll come with you.
Oh, and there's a lime in the parking lot?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Jeff, can I borrow your app? Because I don't think I put my payment information into Lime
You
yet.
get like the first one free.
If two,
Yeah,
the
but
first
I-
ride's free.
I don't have to put my card in
No,
and shit?
I don't think so.
Can I just borrow your app and give you like a $5? Because like I'm just lazy.
No.
I'll
I
get you
never put my
miles.
information in.
Is there a frequent scoot?
I'm telling you, you get like $20. You get like a first free ride. You don't have to put any kind.
All right. Hey, give me your referral code.
There's no referral code.
God damn it! Why don't they have that? Because we could just
don't
pimp it
know.
out on the stream right now.
That's true.
Hey, Jeremy, how you feeling?
Great. I gotta piss really bad.
Count it.
Go.
Count it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
there you
count
go.
it. I'm
Come
gonna
back
count
to
it.
me with your
I'll
research.
report back. Trevor seconds, right?
Yes.
Got it.
Yep.
Now it's part of the show.
I'll do the
Remember,
second
that's
ad read.
0.92 real seconds.
I gotta put my phone number in.
I'm gonna get.
Why can't it just rip it off? Hey, don't look.
This will be fun. Second read off hymns 8/24/18 orange dot today 11:52 a.m. This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Hims. Hims is a one-stop shop for hair loss like Jeremy or skincare like Gavin. Used to call him Crater Face.
Yeah, they did.
Up until yesterday. Sexual wellness, that's me. Sexual performance issues are more common than you would think. Over 25% of new ED cases are guys under 40. I think my dick stopped working when I was like 37 or 38. And now I'm 43, and it's still, now 100% of me doesn't work. Sexual performance issues, they are super common. Well, guys, thanks to science, ED can be optional. HIMS connects you to real doctors and medical-grade solutions to treat ED. There's no waiting room, no awkward doctor visit. Save hours by going to forhims.com. Answer a few quick questions and chat with a doctor for a confidential review. Products are shipped directly to your door. It's so easy. I know you're thinking, but severe ED isn't just an issue for old rich guys in bathtubs. I don't even have a bathtub. I have a shower. Not that I'm saying I'm rich either, mind you. I just am old. It affects men in their 30s and 40s, and one would assume 50s and 60s and 70s if they're still alive. Being your best means performing your best. It's erectile without the dysfunction. Hard made easy. Say hello to your little friend. That's diminutive. Say hello to my average, average sized friend. Yeah. There's nothing little about him.
Big Dick Dooley.
Regardless, he gets the job done.
I actually do have used the For Hims stuff, and it works, as they say. Also, if you try it for a month today, it's just $5, and they get you started for while supplies last. So see the website for details. This could cost you hundreds. It actually costs, to get a prescription, my prescription of ED medicine before Hims was like, I think I talked about it on a podcast, so it was like $1,300.
Really?
Yeah, just to bang. It's worth it. But
Gavin and Trevor are already up to
you
get
got to
some now.
moonlight to do it. So that's forhims.com/off-topic. Forhims.com/off-topic. ED. Mariel Salcedo, producer, Rooster Teeth Productions, LLC, at roosterteeth.com. Now, I just to make sure, I would recommend going to a physical doctor. You need to go to get your blood pressure checked. You have to enter that in and everything, and it's better just to go to a real doctor anyway, and have them look at your dick in person and make sure
You know, you need it. Although pills don't go in your penis.
Right.
They go in the mouth.
Right. Yeah.
Don't make that. Don't make the mistake I made. Yeah. It's not like a penis suppository.
You really gotta feed it.
It won't work.
It's like a musket. You get the thing. Like.
That's when you pray for the 5 milligram tablet, not the 20. Because the 20 will rip you open. But
Jesus.
Anyway, go to a doctor, and then after you do, you can get it here for cheap.
Yeah.
There you go.
Doctors are great. My parents are still pissed at me because I haven't been to a doctor in like 5 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
I've started to like just like general cold or like whatever, like with the kids, which happens all the time, right? You know, because they're in school and it's just like a festering plague zone, especially when you have one in daycare and one in public school. Anyway, and like every time you go there, they're just like, oh, yep, they're a little sick, you know, fluids and rest. And I'm just like, I'm just like, fuck it. Like the fluids and rest is what we're gonna do until it's like, you know, they're on death's door, and then I'll go.
Yeah, it's my experience every time. I'll wait to go to the doctor, like my foot will hurt or whatever, and I'll wait, like, I don't want to go, to get better, and it gets worse and worse, and then I'm like, I know I'm going to go to the doctor, and the doctor's going to be like, you're a dick, there's nothing wrong with you. And you're like, no, I'm going to go. And then you go, and the doctor's like, yeah, you're old, that happens.
Yep.
Your body sucks now. And you're like, oh.
So did you, what happened there? What? I was like coming back.
I think they went to get scooters.
Is that what it was?
Or dick pills.
So. Yeah, well, like I saw Trevor run out, and then Gavin close behind him with his phone filming. So something happened.
Yeah, they're probably going to steal the golf cart and go.
Just about to go on a rant about people that do exactly what they're doing, which is like, because I live downtown now, I'll be, this happened a lot, like 2 weekends ago. I'll look at my app and it'll say like, oh, there's a bird or a Lime scooter. I usually use Lime. There's a Lime scooter right in this building. And then you go to the building and it's nowhere to be found. And you're like, oh, it's in the building. And then you're like, what the fuck? And like people take the scooters and they'll just like bring them into buildings with them.
Yeah,
and
I
then
can see that.
Stop using them. I guess that way they are guaranteed to have a scooter later.
How long?
But it shows up on the app. It's a super dick move.
How long do you think you guys can keep the scooter on this set?
I think it'll start screaming at us before. Like I didn't know they did that, but now I don't know.
Release me!
I mean, as long as
I think at the end of the night, some dude's gonna come looking for it and is gonna be like, "Where's my fucking scooter?"
There's probably like a certain amount of time, as long as you just keep acting like it's in use. You know what I mean? You can give it a little.
You can like lock it, but maintain control over it so nobody else can rent it. But I think that there's a time limit on that. I think it's designed.
I think you told me there was a cap on there.
Yeah, that's designed for people that are just like going into like pay a bill or like grab a soda and have got not to like go to the doctor and come back out 3 hours later and it's still sitting there.
But who's gonna get it? We have a gate. That was way faster than I was anticipating.
There they are.
We're here, guys.
Which one's that?
That's a lime.
This is the lime.
I prefer the limes.
It's the only one that was.
God, it's got a bright light on the front of it.
Yeah, it does.
I was asking, how long do you think you can keep it on?
Did you have to put in your credit card information?
No, I can Apple Pay.
I've seen that hands on the head look before. That's a bad.
I'm just checking it out. Jesus.
Oh yeah, he's going right for the jib.
Okay,
I don't recommend this.
Let's maybe walk it around.
Let's go fast.
What if we were walking the scooter instead?
Hey,
Rick's gonna have a harness.
Come here, Rick.
No, it might be
Come here, Rick.
walk the scooter.
No, come here.
Try it, Trevor.
I don't recommend this, but if you go down a hill, my top speed is 33.5 miles an hour.
Also, Trevor, you wanted to test the high five, right?
Which is way too fast to go on that thing.
Do that. Not on
No,
the
come here.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely high five, Gav.
Gavin, high five.
Crash it.
Gavin, you got a high five.
Yeah, oh shit.
you have no faith
He's got
in
some
Gavin.
distance.
Don't
He's
touch
got
the
some
tip. You're gonna
distance.
fall.
Shit, the bed.
Nailed it.
Hey! Look at that. Like it was nothing.
Get a good wide shot as we hit top speed inside.
Let's see.
Hold on, we gotta start over there.
Yeah, where else should we do high five?
Outside, maybe outside.
I did almost cream.
How are we gonna bring all these cameras outside? Use your producer head.
I know you're moving to get a good shot, but when the sun is just closed his escape.
Is this good? Is this safe? No.
Yeah.
Wide shot. Oh, well, you what?
Jesus.
Here, we'll just move this.
That was good.
There.
I feel like
I need a gap.
Gavin, I feel like you need some obstacles.
So we're gonna get a nice wide shot.
I just want to see speed. And audience at home, use a timer and frames to figure out his top speed.
Okay. Oh, we should all.
Cover seconds and distance.
We should all freeze frame. So then it will look like we're frozen, but he just kind of goes.
Okay, I'm ready.
Right?
Ready to go?
Now push forward. You'll go far. You'll go faster.
Wide shot. Stay on the wide.
Wide shot.
Stay on the wide. That's not a wide shot. This isn't a wide shot. Now he has to do it again.
No.
Yeah, one more. They didn't get it. Gav, you got to do it again.
Yeah,
So you keep doing it when he's slow.
One more time. Okay. We got this. This is the last one.
I promise this is the last
But
one.
I've never seen someone literally do like the cartoon wringing the hat in their hands until like that's next to it right now.
That was bad speed. It was bad speed.
All right, no, take it again. Take it again.
One more time.
Let's do it again.
You got this.
Do you feel like you're mastering it yet?
Sometimes it goes really fast.
There's a lot of moving parts in this.
You have to get it kicked off.
We'll get it eventually.
Also, Eric, we have a clip from when we commandeered this bad boy to splice in.
Okay, here we go.
But not now.
Okay, here we go.
All right, he's moving apart. All right. Wide freeze.
He didn't. It needs to be going fast when I go.
I'm gonna.
How far back is it?
Gavin, call it. Call the freeze for us.
Yeah.
And when we freeze, you got a wide shot. He's getting a good run up.
Jesus, this is how he eats shit.
All right, wide.
I laughed. I'm sorry.
We did it.
All right, let's do it.
Hey, Gavin.
All right.
Have you mastered it? Because I feel like you need to weave a little bit.
Who wants to beat his time?
Oh, it's telling me. It's telling me where to ride.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Oh, yeah, perfect. Look at that.
Impressive.
It's telling me where to ride, and it doesn't include indoors. So.
Huh.
Oh, you can request. You can request a helmet just in time for Gavin to have already crashed. All right, Gav. Let's get this outside.
Oh my god, the speed.
Oh, he's not. Dude, can we get an Eric cam?
He's out of control.
The Eric cam is the best.
He's gonna run into.
All right.
I'm
gonna take this.
They've got wheels.
Yay!
Yay! Thanks, Eric. Good idea, Eric.
So if you're interested in the scooters, couple things. Safety first.
Yeah.
My anecdotal experience is that the Lime scooter, which is the one Gavin was just on, is a sturdier, more pleasant ride with a higher top end. But the Bird scooter is a lot zippier. Like it tops out way faster. You can go from 0 to however fast, 12.5 miles an hour.
0 to Beach Eagle.
Yeah,
Nice.
0 to Beach Eagle very fast.
0 to Beach
Whereas the Lime, it's a gentle climb, but once you get that Lime going, man, it's like driving a fucking Humvee with no protection.
Well, that was
I'm actually bummed it's gone. I've never ridden one.
Oh, can I have a go?
Eric's blood pressure.
He already left.
Somebody throw water on him.
Yeah, quick.
Seriously, he was literally wringing the hat in his hands. Like, he took it off of his head. I've never seen that outside of cartoons.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Man, he almost ran and grabbed you at one point, too. Man, this is still
That
really
was fun.
wet.
Where's Jack to yell at Eric for talking? Is Jack here?
No.
He's not coming in today? Okay.
Well, he was out. I left last night at late, and he was still going.
Yeah, Jack
I think
had
they
a
were.
lot yesterday.
I think he was supposed to be going until like 2 a.m. they
Well,
said.
because I know after...
And it was out of town, so he probably didn't get home till 3, after 3.
We might have time to film another video after this, maybe like another Overcooked. We've been playing through Overcooked too, but definitely today we have a live stream on
Oh, shit. We have a
yeah,
live
the
stream.
Ubisoft North America channel. So it's Let's Play Presents, myself. Oh, but Jack's not normally in Let's Play Presents is the thing.
I'll be Jack.
So if he's here, he'll be in it. If not, I don't know. But I'm definitely in it. Jeff and Gavin are definitely in it. Alfredo is definitely in it. And then, so hopefully then Jack is the 5th. But
I think
if
we're doing
not,
Siege
we're
test
doing
servers?
Siege. Siege test servers. So we're playing out the new operators, which if you haven't seen them yet, are
Maverick and Clash.
yeah, fuckers.
Yeah.
They're like super. I mean, Clash. They actually did more balancing to it already.
All the balancing was just to nerf Maverick.
Yeah,
Clash
it's
is
to nerf
fine.
it. Clash, they
her.
didn't touch Clash. They left Clash.
That
So,
motherfucker.
for those of you who don't care about Siege, you will not care about this at all. But did we talk about this on the last podcast at all?
No.
Like so.
No, I missed a lot of it.
Clash is a new defender, and it's the first defender that has a shield. So Gavin played as her a bunch. I played as her a little bit.
She's the first defender designed to go outdoors.
Yeah, she can just go outside and look at people, but they can't shoot her.
It's also really fun when someone breaches a massive hole and then you can just put your shield up against it. It's like,
Yeah.
there's no hole here.
Yeah, get away. And it's got a taser on the front, so you just like keep zapping them. And
Good
they're just
range.
Like, fuck! Like, it's awesome.
Really
And
good range on that Zappies.
Yeah.
The Zappy's got great range. You barely have to aim it.
Only does three damage, so you're not going to kill anybody with it, but it'll slow them down. It's essentially like hitting them with concertina wire.
Yeah,
like an evil
they slow down, and now that Clash, the person playing this Clash, is definitely telling everyone else where they are. So like the other person can come around while they're really slow. Maverick though, what a prick! He's got an acetylene torch type thing,
Yeah.
and so he goes up to reinforce walls and shit, and can just burn little holes in it, like little holes, like just burns them in the wall where you
Little
can
what
look
holes?
through. They're holes, like definitely. Like if I made one, I would definitely put my head in it. And like,
and that's how you die.
and yeah, you can like bit people through them, but like you can put them if there's a wall that someone can't breach because there's like a mute jammer or a bandit thing on the other side. You can like breach a little hole in the wall. And then shoot that thing, so then you can hard breach the whole thing.
Or you can do the thing where, like, if there's a mirror and she puts up like a mirror wall, you can like breach out the bottom and then stick your claymore there. So if you walk up to check the mirror wall, like,
I wonder, do you think you could cut out a mirror? Do you have enough?
Yeah,
like
you do have enough.
Yeah, you
push the whole thing
probably
out.
could. Yeah, you can have just enough that if you manage your speed right, you can make a size to walk there.
Yeah, it seems to be a lot about the steady hand, like you said in the video. If you use it too slowly, you lose fuel.
You
And
fuck
if you do
it
it too
up.
fast, it doesn't cut.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough character to master, most likely. But if you do, like, fuck.
It blows me away that at this point they can add in new operators that don't break the game. It's such an impressive gig. I wonder how much time goes into each operator in the background.
Seems like they've come a long way from launch because I only saw the game at launch and I haven't really played it.
It's so good.
There's, I think, more DLC characters now than there were. Like, there's more characters that are add-ons than there were at launch.
And they changed Hereford base completely,
insanely.
And I don't know how I haven't played it yet. I didn't get an invitation the other day, but I don't know that I liked Hereford base a lot the way it was.
Did they replace it or they just added it?
It's Hereford base, but it's totally different.
It's huge.
It's huge.
Giant.
Yeah, it's like a reimagining of Hereford base.
I watched someone playing it who's like a diamond player, like who's diamond in multiple like servers and shit. I heard him play.
Fredo?
No, Fredo is a diamond player, but I heard this guy. He was like, yeah, I'm probably just gonna grab diamond on the NA servers and I'll move over to the EU ones and grab this diamond on that.
He wants to dominate the world.
It's just like fucking hell. Like it's just insane watching people like that play. But yeah, so we'll be playing test servers, which probably means we're gonna get annihilated. Hopefully Fredo can do okay. The people who play on test servers are usually are really good. Yeah,
you were in a bit of a siege rut for a little bit there, Jeremy.
I'm still in the siege rut.
Well, we won some.
Siege rut is rough.
Yeah,
I was in one with you there for a bit.
You said you were never streaming it again.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't play it in my spare time. I'm good with that. I've been playing. I just started Borderlands 2 again.
Oh no! Should they tell me?
Huh?
The chat is the live chat for the audience at home is saying something about. Oh no! Should we tell Jeff?
My zipper down?
No.
I wish.
I don't know. One of them thought that there was a safe word that Eric had that he could say to stop you guys from doing anything.
Oklahoma.
I found that really comical.
I'll figure it out. No, I won't. I won't figure out shit. Thanks though.
Yeah, probably not.
Somehow we put 0.7 miles on that scooter. And that.
How much did that cost? That little.
I don't know. I didn't see. It's like $1 to unlock it, and then like 15 cents a mile.
Oh.
So probably $1.12.
Just make sure you unlock it. It's good.
Oh, I locked it. Yeah.
Are you going where I think you're going?
Yeah. Where are you guys going?
Nowhere. Just on.
Okay.
Anywho, fuck. Is there anything else we wanted to cover?
Trevor and I did an improv show last night.
Oh, how'd that go?
Yeah.
And Alfredo too, right?
Yeah, and Fredo. Yep.
It was let's see. It was me, Chad Alfredo, Max Krumke, Barbara, and Mariel, and Cole.
Yep.
It's
our troop is the Sexy Babies.
Sexy Baby troop.
I don't remember who threw that out there. I think it was Barb. Maybe Mariel.
It's probably, I don't know.
With definitely Max had a hand in that too.
There are a lot of hands in a lot of places. But yeah, it went really well. We haven't done a lot of let's get together and practice improv and stuff in a while, like months. So we practiced last week, knocked off a hell of a lot of rust. Practiced the night before, a little bit more rust. But yeah, it was a good show. It was fun.
Where did you do it? Where?
Oh, where?
Cold Town.
Cold Town. Yeah, it's over on Airport.
Yeah, it was the thing that Cameron had set up where they came in and did improv classes. It was fun. At first it was really interesting to see the everything change because when the first day we were there, hey, so introduce yourself and why are you here? And almost everyone's response is yeah, I'm blank and Cameron made me do this. And so,
I'm blank, I'm not funny, and I'm here to be funny.
Yeah. But we actually had a lot of fun.
To learn how to funny.
Yeah. And so we had a lot of fun through the first round of improv classes. And so then Cameron's do you want to do more? And they actually didn't have a second round class at Cold Town, but they were but yeah, that was great. We'll make something up. And so we're okay, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do a second round. And they didn't tell us initially was that at the end we would actually be performing at Cold Town and doing a show.
Nice.
So we found that out and we were all right. Mm-hmm. And so we did that one show and it went really well. We were really happy with it. And then we somehow foolishly agreed to do a second one.
this is how I was feeling before we did this, you know. And then we put it on last night. It actually went super well. But there's something so different about improv. Like I don't know what it is.
Different than what? Like your normal
everything
performance?
else.
Like
I mean,
this
like
performance,
like
or
dude, if I'm on a podcast, if I'm on camera doing anything, like, or if I'm like in a room full of thousands of people, like doing a panel, something like that, like I'm in my element. I'm happy. I'm excited. Like I'm ready to go.
Here's what I think it is.
Improv, it's like fucking terror.
Yeah,
like
that's how I felt about doing that at midnight show. I mean, it's not really improv because you actually have some time to prepare.
Yeah.
You basically just like show up, write some jokes, and then say them.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where like the first time I did it, I was like, that went well. I'm surprised that went
Yeah.
out. And I was like, I'm glad that's done. And then it was like, you want to be on it again? I was like, yeah. And then I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
damn it.
It's one of those. Yeah, it's one of those things where like I think the difference is, well, in that case I can't speak to that, but like in this case with improv, you don't know what you're gonna say. You don't know what the location is gonna be, which is what our trigger for the whole show is. Like we ask the audience,
and you can screw up other people's stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
and you can
that's-
screw up yourself. You can blank or whatever, but like you don't know what the next thing is gonna be, and it's way more intimate than if you do a panel. And if you're performing for Achievement Hunter, if you're performing for Screw Attack, like you have your thing, like that you've carved out your role, and like that audience is very warm to you.
Yeah.
They know like what you're doing there. But like if you're at improv, a lot of them are strangers. Like we invited a lot of coworkers and friends and stuff, but like there's a lot of strangers there that don't have like, they're not gonna laugh just because you like, you know, fart on camera or something. Like they're like, you need to be funny. You need to like
scooter around.
And it's also so it's
that's
so it's a different environment. And I think Jeff can like, we were talking about this versus like stand up and what we feel like is more stressful, and there's definitely different pros and cons, but you know.
No,
wanna speak to
absolutely.
that
I can
at
do
all?
Let's Play Live in front of 100,000 people and be totally fine. Standing up on stage by yourself with a microphone and nobody else around you, that's a whole different world.
Yeah.
Man, there's nothing. I've never done anything scarier in my life.
Yes.
Yeah, it agrees.
Never.
As much.
Man, she's on point.
Sassy bitch.
Yes, and
I've never done anything in my life as scary
Improv
as
jokes.
stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And stand up horrifying.
And like I thought I would be fine going into the second one, because like so the difference for me was like night and day for when we had an audience. Because you don't realize that like we're doing all of our like our practice stuff, and like there's literally only our coach, and he's taking notes. So you're basically putting on an improv show to an empty room with no laughs. And that's what we were doing. And like when we're running through the rehearsals, like that's what you're doing. And I'm just like, oh my God, I suck.
Is anything
Like,
landing?
I'm not
You don't
funny.
really know.
Like, yeah, I'm the weak link. This is terrible. Why did I agree to do this again? And then like, you know, same thing. When we got on stage, and like, you know, you get that reaction, and it keys you in on like what to keep
You
doing.
can play
and what-
off an audience.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
so much
really
better.
important.
Honestly, the audience can tell you where to go too. Like if someone's character or line gets a big reaction, you can kind of hang on that for a little bit. In the similar way that you can in stand-up, you can really kind of draw that energy out for that joke or that punchline. But like in
You give it
improv,
room to breathe.
right?
Yeah.
In improv, you don't want to like move through it and like throw the joke or throw the laugh away. So it might guide where you go next, and having that feedback is really it's supportive,
helpful.
obviously.
Yeah.
But like it's really nice. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's just one of those things that like you can kind of get really stressful and anxious about moving into, and then on the other the other end of the show, you're like, "Fuck yeah, that was awesome!"
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's interesting. I don't know. We were talking like, I don't know. Maybe we'll put on something for Extra Life.
Yeah.
So
That'd be cool.
We'll do another Who's spot.
yeah, there you
spot
go.
is it anyway? Yeah.
We were talking about so Dave's troupe, our coaches,
Frank and Friends.
Frank and Friends.
Yeah.
They're hilarious. So good. So you were talking about maybe bringing them out and doing a little segment. I know you guys did the like Who's Line thing. So maybe we can like create some massive thing.
Yeah, or
I
like,
love doing
where we
improv,
shuffle some players around with their troop and our troop, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
God, that Extra Life's coming up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Real
Jack
quick.
and I have been.
I got to decide
Yeah, a couple
at this
meetings.
point, like, is it a year where I vomit or is it a year where I don't?
How do you feel?
Didn't vomit last year.
Took
Really?
a year off.
Vomited the 2 previous years.
Yeah, you did.
Might be time to bring it back.
With the
Might
fucking the milk. Actually, yeah. I don't know if we've said this part yet, but I'm helping out Jack and Katie with Extra Life this year.
Hey!
I think
cool.
you're just eventually just going to join Achievement Hunter. Quit what you're
Osmosis.
doing.
Is
Come
that,
in
is
with
this how
us.
it happens?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I'll just let all my staff know. See you later.
You're not important over there, right?
No, but yeah, like Extra Life is this really cool thing. Like in addition to it, you know, being for charity and like all that stuff. Like it was like one of the first things I did with Rooster Teeth. So like, and it's just this like weird I can't even describe, like, the energy of Extra Life is this weird, like, slumber party of fear and pain and good
Weird
feelings all at the same
fear and pain.
Yeah. I end every single one the same way. I'm just like lying in bed, feeling like shit, in pain all over. I'm like,
That's great.
Liked it.
For the
Oh, yeah.
kids.
Dude, man, it was funny. Like, the next day, we were at the animation building. Like, Miles and I saw each other. It was, like, Monday. And we both just looked at each other and we're just like, it's like we're hugging. Like, we went through, like, a war together or something, you know? Like, there's that instant camaraderie. But, yeah, no, I reached out to Jack, like, right after. And I was like, dude, I'd love to help out. Like, just anything I can do to help. Because I know, like, you guys are super busy and you're always traveling and shooting things. So anything I can do to help. So, yeah, we've
So you're basically producing.
Helping,
right?
yeah, to produce. And I'll be doing some hosting.
Because that's the whole thing. Like Jack will have periods coming up, leading up to that where he's just in the room but not in videos because he's just trying to schedule everything. It's like a huge undertaking, and he's just done it every year.
Yeah, and they love doing it, man. And he and Katie are so dedicated to it, and it's super cool. And I'm just like, man, I just want to help. So like, we've had a couple meetings, and it's been really good. I'm really excited. We got some really, really cool stuff planned. We started early. So that we can make sure that
it's always helpful.
We can do stuff. And if I have one of my ideas, you probably will throw up, Gavin.
Good.
Good.
All right.
We gotta come up with stretch goals too.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do another throwdown. I don't know who it would be between.
I have so many ideas. I can't wait to tell you guys about it.
Yeah.
Do you want to keep it between like, obviously Rooster Teeth themed, but like between characters or
I
people
prefer
here
not
or
to do it
in the world?
As opposed to what the AH rap battle was. I prefer not to do it between two real people because it's like I don't want anyone getting offended by anything, right? You know, you got to be kind of careful walking that line of like, yeah, exactly. Like, what can I say? What can I throw out there? That's why I like it when it's a character, like when I did the Joel versus Caboose thing, because like they can lay into each other and it's fine.
Yeah,
pretty much.
You want to write rap battles for us? We'll do like a death battle and then a rap battle.
Oh man, a death battle, rap battle. Could do that. I've been meaning. I got to talk to JT.
Actually,
music as well. We want to do a Spyro rap.
That'd be awesome.
Speaking of JT, we might have talked. There might be a thing sometime.
Ooh,
they're awesome. Those guys are amazing.
Yeah, they're.
I
Really
see
cool.
Jeff's mouth.
How many people were in the audience when you did your?
I think it goes up to 50.
When you did your
improv,
thing. Yeah, your improv.
I think 50? That the little theater that they have, it's pretty quaint and tight. It's
do you think you'd be more or less scared to do it in front of like 2,500 people?
Probably less.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like when an audience reaches a certain size, it's less intimate and becomes like more of a. But it's also depends on the 2,500. Is it 2,500 people I've never like that don't know who we are at all?
Is this an RTX
or is it like
or
a warm audience that's like I like Achievement Hunter?
It's 2,500 RT people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that definitely makes a difference.
Okay.
Oh man,
you want to come do improv?
You're talking about what we're talking about, right? Like the.
Just curious.
Yeah. What's happening?
I don't know. He's like scheduling shit or something.
You've agreed to that.
Well, I agreed to it like probably 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
You could do it a week ago.
A week ago. Time flies when you're busy out the ass.
I like someone in the chat was like, "Oh man, as a stretch goal, Jeremy could shave his head." It's like I could do that if I was gonna do it. You know what I'd do it with?
What's up?
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. No matter what you do in the bathroom to get ready, Dollar Shave Club has everything you need to look, feel, and smell your best. They have amazing shower stuff, hairstyling products, for those glorious locks, toothbrushes, toothpaste, and of course, razors and shave supplies. I've got a ton of replacement razor heads just stacked, like ready to go. I just have it because I'm not really good about doing it as much as I should. But I use the Dollar Shave Club, the razors, the executive razor, and I use the shea butter because stuff is good.
Right? It's clear.
It's clear.
It's like a breakthrough in technology.
Exactly. Breakthrough technology. You can see where you haven't hit yet. It's awesome. Everyone has their own way to get ready. You might shave your whole body to get ready for a bike race. Maybe. I don't bike. I don't shave my whole body.
Scooter race.
I shave some of my body. Dollar Shave Club's executive razor and shave butter can help you do that. The thing is, no matter what you do to get ready, Dollar Shave Club has everything you need. And right now, you can get ready with an amazing deal on any one of their starter sets. I recommend the Daily Essentials starter set, which is what I started with, because it has the body cleanser in there, the Amber Lavender body cleanser, which smells really, really good. And you can't go wrong with any of the products in there. Head over to dollarshaveclub.com/offtopic to pick your own starter set for just $5. After your starter set, products ship at regular price. And make sure to check out their new video too. You can just go watch it. It tells you about their products. That's dollarshaveclub.com/offtopic. dollarshaveclub.com/offtopic. get yourself ready in the morning. You'll look better. You'll smell better. You'll feel better.
Speaking of which.
And then finally, Jeff, if you could just...
Mariel Salcedo, producer, Rooster Teeth Productions, LLC.
There's something I forgot I wanted to bring up earlier because it's just been eating at my mind. Paul Flart. The farting mall cop of earlier that went viral this week has been fired.
He did.
Why'd they fire him for farting?
Well, the conditions are clear and simple.
Flart at all?
Let's back up and explain for Jeff and the audience who might not know who Paul Flart is. He's the farting mall cop who has an Instagram account that consists entirely of 3 to 5 second clips that are just selfies, just his face up close. And him farting like the nastiest farts I've ever. Like
really wet.
He's a big dude.
3 to 4 Trevor second long farts.
Yeah, he's a big dude. There's a lot of resonance, and they often sound wet.
Or like something got loose.
And he's documented like 6 months or whatever of farting.
Yes. And he's a private security. Like he's hired by a company to be security for them. And so what happened was when he went viral, somebody compiled all of his clips into one like 2-minute long thing. And Reddit found him, and then his boss found that, and the client complained because you can't be on your phone at all for the job. I don't know if you've ever worked like a security thing, but you just can't be on your phone because you're not
supposed to record on private property.
Dude, and this and that and the other.
He took it like a champ. That was awesome.
He talked to the guy.
He took it like a YouTuber.
Yes, he talked to him like a guy that has an audience, and so he's really cashing and hoping to catch it, leaning into this idea that he's got an audience. To hope that somebody in the audience is like, we need a security guard. We don't give a shit if you fart. Come on in. But like,
he should just show up in a uniform and just start protecting places
with his
unrequested, and then just invoice them. And then be like, here at the end of the week, just send them an invoice. Be like, yeah, you guys you didn't get a single robbery all week. I protected the.
Can we get him here?
He should join our security
team. It should just be an
team.
app where it's like Uber, but you just request him for like 4 hours and then it just charges your card.
Let's talk to Santos and see if we can get him on the team here. Like that'd be awesome.
So
he'll keep him away. He'll gas him.
Well, yeah, he was definitely. You showed me a clip of like a different angle where it's his arms or something. Was that?
It was in the comments.
He took it like up, like hold on, let me get into the
sounded
wide.
like a
He like took it up into here, like the phone is like you're just looking through the camera. So imagine being on the camera and you just go vroom, and then.
It sounded like
a little
the
baby
dregs
rocket.
of a swimming pool being drained.
It was like a wet rocket taking off.
You could hear like.
Yeah,
it's like,
you could hear the ripples in the
like inner arse gurgle as well. Like
it was brutal.
Do we have it? We can play it.
I mean, yeah, if you can find
the audience is gonna stomach
if you can find it. It's the top comment on the Reddit post, but. He's funny. The guy's funny when he handles that firing, but I'm like, but you're handling it, like a YouTuber. I hope this doesn't impact your long-term career.
I wonder if he had gone in there without his phone rolling while he's being fired.
Yeah,
he's like a regular Omarosa.
And it was kind of but I mean, not like you didn't hide it at all.
He also said, "Hold on. First of all, am I fired?" And he goes, "Yes." And I go, then I'm going to keep recording because fuck it.
Well, and then the guy's like, "Well, then you're fired." And he's like, "Well,
I was already fired.
I was already fired, so fuck you."
Yeah. But
I mean, but if he wasn't, I wonder if he wasn't recording, if he could have like kind of talked his way around the situation in any way.
Maybe.
I don't know.
The security needs to maintain their own integrity, and if a client's like, you're doing the exact opposite of what you're supposed to be doing on the job,
just working at the wrong place.
Yeah.
You guys ever been fired from a job?
No.
Yeah.
No.
One time, fired once.
I got laid off
first job
once.
when I was 15.
What was the job?
Really?
I worked at a beauty salon sweeping up hair, and I got fired because I
collected it all and took it home.
No, because I gossiped with the
decorated a
customers
vacuum
too much.
You gossiped?
I swept less than I gossiped, and I was fired.
Hair is piling up left and right.
I was holding court with a bunch of old ladies,
swimming through, talking to the ladies. Yeah.
I thought I was providing a valuable service by entertaining.
I would go there just to get a nice conversation out of
15-year-old Jeff had lots to say.
Oh, I was about to say, how did you handle that?
It was very wise.
I didn't give a shit.
Were you just literally like, all right, peace, and then walked out?
Fuck.
I'll get a job.
Do you think anyone's ever been fired, walked next door, and got a job there?
Yes.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
I got laid off. I used to work for an online airsoft company, by the way. You know the airsoft guns?
Yeah.
That was an awesome job, by the way, because we had to test every gun before it left. So basically, which meant everything was open and we could shoot each other all day long with everything. That was great.
Sounds like an office.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I was a warehouse manager for a while, and then I kind of decided I was like, you know what, I need to focus more on school, so I dropped down to doing part-time because the owner was one of those guys that was like, oh, you can do that really well. Cool. Do this too.
and do this too, and do this too.
Right,
and there was so much stuff piling up. I was getting like super stressed. And finally I was like, listen, dude, like you're not hiring anybody else. You just keep piling stuff up on me. I'm going to focus on school. Let's drop to part-time, whatever. He hired this other guy that was like super incompetent, and like the business just started going down. And I remember when I got laid off, the owner didn't do it himself. And that was the thing that fucking got to me. And it's still to this day. He had this dude who had brought in, and like the guy literally didn't know what he was doing. My job became like just following this guy around and fixing everything he was fucking up. And then I remember he called me in and he was like, yeah, what's up, man? And he's just like, oh yeah, so here's your check. And I'm like, okay, great. And he's like, and here's your next one. And like, you know,
Chad had the exact job someone named Chad should have.
I know.
He had Chad work.
Chad work.
I feel like if you're gonna lean into that stereotype, I should have been like a tennis instructor or some shit.
Chad.
Speaking of Chad, have you ever been in a fraternity? Were you in a fraternity?
No.
Do you do Chad stuff in high school and college?
Dude, okay. Dude, I hate my name, man. Like, I feel like there's that stigma with the name Chad, right? And it's like, God, it sucks, man.
The internet just likes to.
You don't know about this?
Yeah, the internet just picked Chad as one of those names.
Yeah,
It's
like,
like,
it is
Chad move or
like one of
something.
those. Like it's like very like bro-y.
It's
and, like,
very bro-y. Like, I knew a Chad at one of my previous jobs, where like it was when I had one job for a while that I talked about before. It's like it was like a grunt work job where we just put up big tents for events and stuff, like the poles and ratchet the things on there. And there's Chad there, and sure enough, he was like a dude bro that played lacrosse, and he was like right he was hey Chad and everything. But he did one of the funniest things I've ever seen. He got fucking like Elmer Fudded one time. We were cleaning. There was this one room dedicated to cleaning the tops of the tents.
Blow a gun off in his face?
Yeah.
Blow off his facial hair?
We were in this room cleaning the
Didn't say
tents
no.
off, and everyone who worked there were like big muscle football guys,
Right.
or like for me it was me and like other guy from like my gymnastics team and everything. Like, so we were just all in there, and so there was this rope hanging from the ceiling, and it was on a pulley, and it was tied off somewhere so we could like lift up some of the tarps to clean them and things. And so we're cleaning it off, and so we're climbing the rope because it's tied off, just like in our spare time, just kind of climbing it and then like coming back down, and so you can climb it the fastest. And we ask Chad, we're like, do you think you could untie it and then climb up the rope, like both sides, right? Like a Gavin-esque question. Could you do this?
I like this guy.
And he was like, yeah, sure. And on one end was a loop. So he like steps on the loop, and he's like, okay, so what I'm going to do is like climb this, pull myself up. So he's climbing it, and he's going up, and in a split second, his foot slips through the loop. He loses his grip. And then the end he was climbing up wraps around something and hooks. So he goes from climbing to all of a sudden flipped upside down, hanging from one angle.
So he was a hanging Chad?
Yeah, he was just hanging like from one angle upside down, unable to free himself. We had to like untie it and lower him to the ground. But it was just like looked away, snap, look up. He's just hanging there. Like he got fucking snared. It was awesome.
Yep. See, yeah, there's that thing. There's been like 3 pivotal social moments where it really sucks that's your name. There was the Charlie's Angels movie where Tom Green played a character named Chad who was dating one of them, and his whole thing was like, was it the Chad? The Chad was great, or whatever. Oh, yeah. And so it was like fucking months of my life where it was like, the Chad, and it's just like, God damn it. And then that fucking Chad Bro Chill video came out. So then everybody was like, big black dildo, Chad Bro Chill, like for like another few months. And then now there's that fucking meme where people are like, this versus the Chad or whatever. And it's like, I don't even fucking understand that one. But
I like it because it sounds like an insult. You can just be like, shut up, you absolute Chad.
Yeah, it does, right?
Chad.
Yeah.
Chad. I think it's a great name.
It sucks.
At least people can spell it.
Yeah, man, you got.
What's wrong, Goeth?
Rough there.
Hey, Geoff.
Goif.
Gwith.
Goif.
Gwith. Hey, Gwith.
Gwith. So are we going to make a video after this or practice Siege until the stream?
Yeah, that'd be a good move.
We should do it.
Okay.
We should wrap it up.
We're going to do that. All right, we're going to record some stuff, some videos for you guys. I mean, after the post show.
Dench podcast.
But you can totally watch Death Battle Cast here at 4 p.m.
Please
Central.
do.
Oh, yep. That. Or at 4
Shamelessly
p.m.
shilling.
instead of that, what you can do is watch the Siege.
Will the Death Battle Cast be, will it be featuring the Chad?
Ah, fuck.
All right, we're gonna go film stuff, play Siege, and yeah.
But first we'll do this, but standing.
We'll do this, but standing for a shorter amount of time. Bye.